All right, let's go. We're here. 2020 mother freaking 6. It is going to be a big year. I'm excited to talk all about it. What is up, everybody? Man, I missed these live streams. It's been so long since I've done one of these. What's up? Who's in the chat today? Who do we got? Of course, we got Mr. Body Bags. What's up, Mr. Body Bags? We got Odoth always here supporting. We got John Doe. What up, John Doe? Jana, a regular. What's up, Jana? Who else we got? Hey Shay. All right, let's go. All right. So yeah, Odoth brings up a great point. What do we think? Consensus on the new logo? What do we think? I think it's a little bit better. I was getting kind of tired of the last one. So what do you guys think? Is that a W or an L? We got Bob here in the chat. What's up, Bob? I don't know. How are we feeling about the logo? Is this a W or an L? We need more pink. I should have changed from orange. I used to have like an orange border on the tournament recaps, and everybody would complain about it. They're like, why do you have a freaking Halloween colored border on your stupid show? And I was like, dang, that's a great point. I don't need a border. Why do I have that? Oh, we got Nick Smitty in the chat over on Instagram. Hey, yeah, let's go. We got Michael here. Oh, okay. I gotta love it from Edith. Thank you, Edith. Let's go. We got a boom from John. I'm assuming that's about the logo. I hope so. Maybe he's just always booming. Hell yeah. Yo, it is a big year. I'm so excited now. I went into the break, broke down and depressed. But you guys, huge news. I can't wait to get into it. And I'm sure you could kind of tell as I've been hinting with the title of the stream. Am I back? Kind of. We're going to talk about it. Ryan's here. We got let's go, baby. We back somewhat. Am I blurry right now? Uh-oh. What's going on? Do I just got a bad internet? Let me know if I'm good or not. I don't want to be blurry. Logo's got a new sense of action. More sense of action. It's like a sports news logo. Dang, I don't know if that makes me feel better or not. But the other one was so corny. You know what? I always hated having a pickleball in the logo. I liked it at first when I first started. And then I think it was Maddie Pickles that like brought up how many logos have a pickleball in it. I'm like, dang, I'm so unoriginal. I always hated it after that. But I like it. I think it looks cool. I'm messing with it. I feel like I just needed to like kind of turn a new leaf. Especially, okay, not blur anymore. All right, good. All right, so, yo, you guys, like, holy moly. Like, this is crazy. I'm officially calling this the SNS War 3. And the good news is that I don't know if we have a peace agreement, but we've got a ceasefire. So let me explain. Haven't been invested into pickleball as much since you've been unable to post recap stuff. Well, I got some good news because I think that is turning around. Oh, hell yeah. We got K Wood gave you my vote on Best of Pickleball Awards today. Thank you for that. We're going to talk about the Dink Awards in a second. But first, I want to talk about the big news. I'm sure everybody's just like, yo, just tell us what's going to happen. Do we get the recaps back or not? I think so. I think we're getting it back. All right, so here's what happened. Let me tell you the story of what went down, okay? So to recap, maybe some of you guys weren't here the whole time. Maybe you were. But just to recap, I'll do a quick recap back from day one. So we had SNS War 1 back in 2023. We figured that out. We came to a peace agreement. But then in 2024, SNS War 2. That was the big one, the cease and desist. That was crazy. We got through that, though. We fought through, and we won. And then that led us to SNS War 3. And that's where we're at right now. And so as you guys know, I wasn't able to post tournament recaps. There was 3 big tournaments that I'd missed out on. It was so frustrating. And honestly, it was so frustrating in the moment. I edited a bunch of best of shows like I do every year, where I cut up like my favorite parts of each episode. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I missed like some amazing moments, and it's so frustrating, but whatever. We're not going to focus on the past. It's all about the forward. Did you talk to Paris's lawyer? Not quite, but maybe I should have. I don't know. Yeah. So I talked to her lawyer, and turns out PPA is just going to give me a $50,000 fine, but they're going to let me continue. No, just kidding. Okay. So here's where we're at now. So I've been trying to figure out what to do. I was posting the videos on Rumble. Honestly, I thought we were going to go into this year really like with a battle, and I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, am I going to get sued? What is going to happen here? But then I got a phone call from someone really important. Yeah, I want everybody guess right now. Who do you think gave me a phone call? This person gave me a phone call, and I was shocked. To think that I would be here in 2025 talking to this person on the phone about this show. Who do you think it was? Everybody take a guess on who you think reached out to me. Like, reached out to me. Colin Johns. Yo, Colin Johns is like, bro, I got your back. I'm going to reach out and talk to them. Did Alshon fight for you to get your show back? He would never. Don Stanley. Imagine, that would be the funniest thing, is if it was Don Stanley. What a gangster. It was not Ben Johns. Some of you guys got it right. Okay, so, I got a phone call from Connor Pardo. How crazy is that? I got a phone call from Connor Pardo. Okay. Now, I honestly have met Connor Pardo one time. It was actually Masters last year. I just introduced myself to him. I had no idea if he really knew who I was at the time. He I think I showed that clip one time. Jimmy Miller and Tyler Loong, King of the Court. They interviewed him. One of the questions they asked him back in SNS War 2, they were like, do you know about this? And he was like, no, I just woke up to it. I didn't know much. And yeah, he does a pretty good job, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I think he knows who I am, but I don't know. I always default to people not knowing me. So anyways, I was pretty shocked that he just reached out. He's like, hey, can I give you a phone call? I just want to explain everything that's going on. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I went from thinking that we were at a stalemate, nothing was going to happen, to this. So I was kind of nervous. I was like, uh-oh, is he going to chew me out and be like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you posting on Rumble? So I honestly did not know what to expect. But he called me, and turns out Connor Pardo loves the show. He's a fan of it. He loves what I'm doing. He was like, dude, I think you are actually really good for the sport. I love what you're doing. So I don't want to talk too much about specifically what he said. Someone said Donald Trump reached out. It was not Donald Trump. Imagine. I don't want to talk too much about what he said, because it was just a personal conversation. I'm not going to, I don't want to say anything that he wouldn't want me to say. But he is a fan of the show. He told me, I'll say this. I don't think he'd be mad at me saying this, but he did tell me that he loves when should I say it? He likes when I make fun of a certain player. That's not a part of PPA or UPA or anything like that. It was Jilly B. I'll say it. Oh, well. He likes when I make fun of Jilly B, and he's like, dude, I sent my dad a clip of that. We thought it was hilarious. So he's a legit fan. He watches occasionally. I'm sure he's a busy guy. I don't think he's watching every episode, but he'll occasionally see some clips or whatever. And he just fully supports it. So he basically filled me in. So here's what happened. There's essentially what we could basically call a civil war going on at UPA in regards to this show. There is a group of people that like what I do, and there's a group of people that do not like what I do. There's one person in particular who has kind of a bit of sway there that does not like what I do, and I found out who it is. And I'm not gonna get into that part, because I like where we're sitting right now, and I just want to move forward. But turns out there is a group of people that do not like what I'm doing, and they do not want me to do it. And what's crazy is actually it was a reversal. I thought that these people I thought that they were supportive of me. Turns out behind my back, they actually were not. So it was interesting. But Connor basically, long story short, called me up. He apologized. He was like, hey, I just want to say, like, I'm really sorry that this happened. So the way it works is he's a busy guy, obviously. And he found out about this, like, from a bunch of people, which, by the way, few people I really want to thank. Few people really did have my back and really pushed to get this fixed behind the scenes. Number one, and probably the biggest ones, Proton. And I'm not just saying that. They do sponsor the show. They do hook me up with like paddles and stuff. I honestly just love their paddles. I would play with them even if they didn't. But Proton, Charles Darling, and Brant Weiss, yo, shout out to them. If you see them, like, give them a shout out. Tell them thank you, because they really did. They have been so supportive literally since day one. Back in 2023, they were the first people to ever reach out and be like, yo, we love what you're doing. Like, we want to support it. Like, how do we get involved? Because we love what you're doing. And they are like the coolest guys ever. They always have my back. And they really were like in Connor Pardo's ear, like, yo, you got to do something about this. Like, this is not okay. Like, we need eyes on the sport. We need growth. You got to hook them up. So Proton is like one of the biggest reasons why things are turning around right now. So please go give them a shout out. Go give them a thank you. If you see Charles, if you see Brant, like, they are so dope for that. The other person that really had my back too is Samin, the commissioner of MLP. Samin had my back. He was one of the people originally when it first happened. He reached out to me. He was like, yo, I'm going to get this fixed. Turns out he stuck to his word. He really did help me out behind the scenes. So Proton, Samin are the freaking goats, dude. Like, I'm so pumped that they have my back. It really means so much. Like, I can't even tell you how, like, thankful I am that they really did that. And, like, if you guys like this show, if you guys like the tournament recaps, like, please, like, give them a thank you. Like, when people do good things, we got to support them. We got to tell them thank you, because we know we might be in an SNS War 4 pretty soon. I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know. And we just want to support the people that support this. So that was super awesome. So what happened was, back in October when this all happened, people started telling Connor about it, and he was just busy. He's like, okay, whatever. And basically he was like, okay, just put this on our quarterly meeting. So they have quarterly meetings like any other company. He said, we'll address it there. So that's why it took so long. So finally in December, they had their quarterly meeting. And one of the topics was this show, which is kind of crazy. And they talked about it. I guess everybody chimed in. There was some on this side and some on this side. And I guess the most powerful people in the group determine the outcome. And so Connor said, hey, I'm really sorry that this happened. We're going to fix this. Thank you for everything that you've been doing. We really appreciate it. We think you're good for the sport. He told me that we're going to get you another agreement so you could use our footage. And he said you could actually start today. Go for it. And he told me that in the future, we're going to set up a meeting with you before your agreement's done, so this never happens again. And I was like, dang, I'm just sitting there like, okay, sounds good. I had no idea what the phone call was going to be like. I thought he was going to be like, dude, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? And so he was super cool. Didn't even say like, hey, don't say X, Y, and Z. He did give me feedback on what's causing the pressure and what's causing people to not like me and to not support me and trying to take me down behind the scenes. And there's some people in UPA. There's some players. There are some players and apparently players' agents. But I'll leave it at that. And so, guys, I think we won. But it's not over yet. See, that's why I said I'm kind of back. Because I had this conversation like mid-December. And I was so excited. I'm like, I can't wait to tell everybody. The minute I sign that page, I'm going to tell everybody. And until this moment, I have not signed anything. So it's like not official yet. Not that I don't think it will be, but it's just not official yet. So that's why I'm kind of like, it's kind of this anticlimactic thing where I'm like, I want to be like, yeah, we did it, but it's not official yet. And honestly, I reached out to them multiple times. I don't know what's going on. They're kind of dragging their feet with it. I've reached out to the people that need to do this. I've reached out to the legal team. I've reached out to Connor Pardo himself. Connor was like, yo, if you ever have a problem, text me. I'm like, this is so cool. I've texted him twice now. and nothing's happened from it. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. But I do think these things take a little bit longer than I would like to. So I'm trying to stay patient. I hope you guys could all stay patient too. And so, yeah, so that's the big news. So I'm sure some of you guys have seen, I tried to put out the best of episodes this last week. What's so weird about this? So all of them but one got flagged for copyright. So I'm waiting to put those out. The minute I get the, the company that like blocks the copyright, I'm going full send on the best of videos. But the hooks of the week one, for some reason, is completely fine. You would think that would be almost like the one that they'd be like, hey, we don't want you to really show that. I don't know why, but that one didn't get flagged at all. I have no idea why. But that one's up. So go check that out. It's hooks of the year. It's all the craziest hooks from the year is up. And that one's staying up. So look, once again, real quick, like, thank you to all you guys. Like, literally everybody, every single one of you that left a comment and like tagged Connor in it, tagged the PPA, guys, like that worked. Like that, they noticed that. I even had somebody tell, I don't know if I said this last live stream, but what was it? The article that the Dink put out, that worked big time too. So everybody's saying something that actually did something. So like, thank you guys for taking the time to like do that. Like that meant a lot to see all that. So that was huge. And honestly, just thank you to everybody that continues to support the show. Thank you to all the YouTube members. You guys can become a YouTube member right now. Shout out to Super G, Jake Gelvar, Pickleball Jones, Parker, Edith, Kate. Thank you guys. I think we just got a new member too. Who is this? Mark D. Let's go. Mark D. Shout out to Mark D for becoming a member. Thank you, Mark, for that. That's awesome, man. Everybody on Patreon too. If you want to support the show on Patreon, go ahead and over there. Links down below. Shout out to Darren, Denny, the Pickleball Jones, Jason, Eddie, Jeff, Ali, Jason, Jana, Robert, the other Robert, Sheldon, Laura, Bob, Nathan, Brett, Jack, Mo. Thank you guys. Honestly, everybody who supported the show. I can't thank you enough. It really does mean a lot, especially through all this BS. That means a lot. Let's see what you guys are saying. All right, let's see. I missed a lot of comments here. Let's see. Who do we got here? Kwang Duong. Yeah, Kwang Duong reached out and helped me out. Lee Whitwell gave the call. I saw Zane's recap the other day and it bummed me out. He is like a 10th as funny. Well, okay, but I don't think that's what Zane is going for. Like, Zane is valuable for he's got his own perspective, his own style. Let's see. I hope you're back on, man. I watch every PPA, then watch SNL. What's a drop? Well, it looks like we are back. I'm excited. Let's see. At the edge of my seats. Yeah. All right. We did it. Eddie and Webby. Eddie in the chat. Let's go. I did not expect Connor to be a Hooky B fan. Yeah, they got beef. Let's see. All right. Let's all buy Proton paddles to show support. Hey, that would. And you could use promo code SORRY. I think it's sorry or sorry20. I forget the promo code. It's down below. Check it out. You can get hooked up with a little discount code. I bought a Proton paddle recently. How's that for a thank you, Proton? Yeah. Shout out to I got my flamingo. Yo, I want to get a peacock soon. I'm hoping I could grab a peacock. They look pretty cool. Proton the GOAT. They are. Yo, shout out to Proton. They really are the GOAT. Let's go. Connor should hire you to announce matches. You get money for your quality commentary. Make this happen. Yo, okay. Actually, you know what's crazy about that? I also talked to Samin on the phone. We had a conversation too. And he was giving me some plans for 2026 and what he wants to do. He did mention there's a chance I could get on the mic. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I don't know how I would do, but I would do it. If they told me, I'm not going to say no to it. So that would be pretty sick if I could do a little mic commentary. Now we need to know who wasn't on your side and who we thought and who I thought it was. Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to start beef because, like I said, it's people there. So we need everybody on our side. And we're just going to prove them wrong. Like, we're going to prove them wrong that this is like a good thing to have for the sport, for the PPA, and for MLP. So that's all I care about. I'm not trying to get like revenge on anybody. I'm just trying to prove them wrong. And at the end of the day, it's like, hey, if things go the way apparently it's going to go, if I do end up signing this agreement, then we win. And so I'm not going to be like a sore winner against it, you know. Zane Navratil was against me. No. Zane has always been supportive. Zane's super cool. Zane's super supportive. Honestly, I feel bad because I feel like Zane has been I don't know how he feels about me after all this. I'll be honest. I think he's a little frustrated with all the comments that people yo, some of you guys leave some ruthless comments on his page. I'm just being honest. It makes me laugh because it's wild, but like, I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is funny. I can't lie. But like, I like Zane. I support Zane. I do think he's good. He's just different, you know? Let's see. It was incredulous that they would not want you involved. Great to see that top leadership involved the EPA realize your value. You offer without any expense to them. Yeah, that's true. Just don't sell out. I ain't selling out. I definitely am not selling out. Hey, that's what got me here. You know what I mean? That's what got me here. So stoked, bro. We've all been pulling for you. Happy worked out, or will soon work out. Yeah. Like, imagine I come back next week. I'm like, all right, guys, it didn't work out. That'd be crazy. There's room for Zane and SNS. Yeah, exactly. Already watched Hooks of the Year. Yeah, go watch Hooks of the Year. Honestly, it's so much fun. I love going back through and editing those episodes of Best Of because I forget how much stuff happened. Like, you're going to watch that and be like, oh my gosh, this was last year? That's crazy. Zane for Zoomers, Chris for the rest of us. Zoomers? Wait, that's like Gen Z? Dang, dude, I can't lie. I do want to I want to be for the Zoomers, man. I guess I want to be for everybody. There's a lot of if you look at like the demographics for this channel, it's actually like 50 plus. It's most of them. I always thought that I would appeal to like the younger crowd. Nah. All the cougars love me, I think. And all the boomers. Cougars and boomers here at SNS. We love you. Oh, I love you, Edith. Free SNS. I'm free, kind of. I'm on probation. Mo Alhouni. That's a throwback. Oh, hey, the good news is I got no repercussions for my prank phone call. Who was there for the prank phone call? Let me know if you were there for the prank call. Who remembers the prank phone call episode? That was so much. Honestly, that might have been my favorite moment from 2025. I had so much. I think I just had so much adrenaline from doing that. Like, literally got off the live stream and I was like sweating, and I couldn't sleep that night. I was like, that was so fun. It was like skydiving virtually. Awesome news, Chris. I will be at Masters. You're going to be there? I'll see you at Masters. Who's going to go to Masters? Put it in the chat. I want to see everybody there. Let me know. Freedom for SNS like in Venezuela. Hey, don't get political here. But I see what you're saying. You doing the one this weekend or just a Masters? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. The Best of videos the same as last year. Similar. Not exactly the same. I am doing 6 categories. So I've got Hooks of the Year, which is out. I've got Best Shots. I've got Worst Shots. I combined Worst Shots with Body Bags. So like all the best body bags. I'm doing Best Matches. That's always one of my favorite ones. And then I got Rage, of course. We got to do all the crash outs, all the best. That's my favorite one. I think that's the best video I've ever done, like in terms of views. I think it's at like 70-something thousand views. So the Rage one I'm definitely doing. And then the last one is just like off-court stuff. So like everybody like on the sidelines, the fan stuff, all the signs that people had, everything that doesn't have to do with playing, that's in that category. Does Proton have a new foam court? Yo, honestly, I'm not the paddle guy. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know what that really means. You know what I mean? I do know what it means, but I don't know what it means. Me and Dave commentating. Yo, how great would that be? I would just be rooting for it to be 8-8 in every match. I'd be like, hey, Dave, can I get this one? Snowman at the Masters. Did I do it right, Dave? Do you approve of me? It'd be so fun. My guy, what's up, Parker? How we doing? All right, let's see. I feel bad about Zane. I'm not trying to crap on him, but it's just such a contrast. Yeah, well, that's okay. That's good. That's good that we have a contrast. Then We're doing like different things. Like we're both serving. Look, it's all about like, I'm going to talk later today too about like what the goal is with all this. Like I really want to get into that because I've been thinking a lot about like, what is the goal here? Like my goal is not for views. My goal is not for money. My goal is not like fame or anything like that. Like I don't care about that. I'm going to tell you what my goal is, at least for this show, and what all our goals should be as far as like content creating. Everybody's got different ambitions, but I'm going to share mine in a little bit. We'll talk about it. I could hear Chris yelling, "There are snowmen in the desert." Dude, that'd be my favorite thing. Maybe Colin can join you on the podcast. Yo, should I get Colin on for Family Feud? Kent, it's a good idea. Hooks of the Year was epic. I wonder. I think you got a little bias over there. Well, that's Webby, not Eddie, but I know his best friend Eddie, part of Close Call Replay. What is Pardo pranking you? He gives you a paper and just says, "Ha ha ha." Imagine this is all a prank from Pardo. He's like, yo, he thinks he's getting back in. Psych. Let's see. I was here for prank phone calls. You know where no one. Yeah, exactly. The prank phone calls where nobody answered. Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. The phone call was the best. You mean that voicemail was the best? Pardo is pranking me. Yeah, I think Pardo is pranking me. So since Connor told you what was problematic on the SNL show, are you going to try avoiding it from there on? I just don't talk about it. No, look, here's always been my thing. I don't just like say things like to be like, I'm going to call people out on this, you know? I just make jokes. Like if I think something's funny, like I'm gonna say a joke. If I'm trying to be a little like clever joke, you know, I'm gonna say it. Now that I know what people are watching, I probably shouldn't even say this. I'm gonna be more subtle about things. Let me put it that way. I'm gonna be more subtle about things. Like I do think it is more important that this show exists than it not exist. So like, you know. I'm not going to like purposely just say things to piss people off and be like, ooh, I said the thing I'm not supposed to say. Cause like, that would be a shame if like if this doesn't exist for people just because what, like I wanted to just be an a-hole, you know, and do that. That being said, I don't have anything that's like off limits for myself, but like I'm not going to say it if it's not funny. You know what I mean? Not that like, I know what's funny. Not like that, but like, if I think something's funny, I'm going to say it. I'll keep it at that. You know what I mean? So I'll just say that. But also at the same time, like I said, I'm not trying to get the show taken down. So I gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like if you know, you know. I'm already saying too much. Let's see. Hey, Dave, what's the size of the court? Yeah, does anybody know the size of the court? Actually, I forget it. He hasn't said it in a while. Maybe I'm just not listening. Money and ladies, always a goal. Dude, Kyle, you know. Do I need a co-host? Oh, dude. Hey. R.I.P. 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 to Kyle over there. But you'll land on your feet. I know you're going to do something good, man. Still halfway through the video, but congrats. Excited for the return of recaps. Yeah, me too. Without your show, I wouldn't even know about the pros' personalities. You bring more than the standard now. Hey, that's what I'm trying to do, man. It must be making fun of Colin's voice. No, that was not it. It was not it at all. All right. You should make a best of Alshon Cringe as a yearly recap. We'd probably be a 2-hour video and have him watch it on the I don't think I have enough to do a full video on Christian Alshon. I did one of Colin Johns last year because there was enough to do with Colin Johns. But I don't know. Christian Alshon every year is less and less cringy. I'll say that. And honestly, he gets better and better every year. So it is what it is. All right, let's get into what I wanted to talk about today. 20 by 24. There you go. Or 20 by 44. Oh, okay. We got some love for the new logo. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you, Parker. All right, let's talk about what I wanted to talk about. Let's get into it. So that's that. So to wrap that up, I think I'm back, but we'll see. We'll see. So be on the lookout. I want to do an episode on the Masters. I'm going to be there on Saturday at the Masters. So if you're there on Saturday, please come say hello. And hopefully I get to like, hopefully Connor's there. I'll be like, yo, like, are we signing this in person? Yo, how cool would that be if I get to like sign in person? They're like, hey, sign on the dotted line. I like put on my like PPA hat. And I'm like, I'm choosing to go with the PPA. And I put down the APP hat. APP is mad. All right, let's do what I want. All right, so here's what I want to do for today. We got the Dink Awards going on. Who voted for the Dink Awards? Whether you voted for this show or not. By the way, I'm officially out of the podcast category, and I love it. I'm not calling this a podcast anymore. Welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Pickleball Show. We're just a show. This is just a show. It's a show. We're not a podcast. Never was really a podcast, but I know what else to call it. It's a show. We're calling it a show. So that's why on the Dink Awards, I'm not in the podcast category. And good. Like I'm the YouTuber. I'm in the YouTuber category. They should have you sign on Championship Sunday in the middle of Championship Court. Yo, that would be sick. Yo, I want to present the trophy. How sick would it be if I could present the trophy? They would never let me do that. They would never. And also, I'd probably embarrass myself. But yeah, that would be sick. All right, let's do this. I want to share my screen. I want to walk through the votes. I want to talk a little bit about who I voted for. Maybe you guys could share who you voted for. I forgot to show comments on screen. I'm gonna share who I voted for. You guys tell me who you voted for. I'm gonna kind of use this as jumping off points to talk about some things that happened this last week. Yo, there's been some drama this week. We got some drama this week. I don't know if you guys have seen all the drama, but man, we got some drama. Casually calls Ben Johns a mouth breather while giving him a trophy. I would see, like, okay, if I were to do that, you guys would just notice me breathing through my mouth. Like that would be like the little way I do it, like a little wink and nod at you guys without like really making it too obvious. Yo, my fiance had the funniest joke to me the other day. She was like, we gotta get Ben Johns a mouth tape sponsorship. And I was like, that is hilarious. He totally should have a mouth tape sponsorship. Honestly, not gonna lie, unironically, I would totally support him on that. I love mouth tape. I sleep with it every night. Anyways, all right, let's do this. Let's go through the Dink Awards. We're gonna do the Dink Awards. Let me share my screen here. What do we think? Are we voting yet? Let me share my whole window. Yeah, I'm gonna share the window. All right, the Dink Awards. Let's get into it. Men's Player of the Year. All right. We got to be honest with this one. It's the best performing male player of the year. Now, honestly, at first I was like, all right, who's the best performing male? Like, it's hard to not go Ben Johns for show. Excuse me. Gabe Tardio up there. Christian Alshon up there as well. He's good in mixed and men's doubles. Yeah, Parker got a good point. He's the only one that's in all three. I think that is a fair argument. Even Fed's kind of up there too, but hard to take him over Alshon. But here's what I'm saying. I think when we look at this sometimes, everybody just kind of focuses on PPA. And honestly, if you're considering MLP, Andre Daescu's my guy. I'm voting Andre. The best performing male player of the year in MLP. Who was better? Ben Johns was not better than him. Gabe Tardio, maybe kind of in MLP. Christian Alshon, not really in MLP. Fed actually had some great moments in MLP. He did play pretty good, but Squeeze didn't do anything. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Andre on this one. So that's how I feel about it. All right, now here we go. Women's Player of the Year. You with me on Andre? Let's go, Adam. Hell yeah. All right, Women's Player of the Year. Now I want to talk about something here. So, like, all right, come on. Like, if we're being real, it's got to be Anna Leigh. Best performing. Like, Anna Leigh, she made it to the finals in MLP, and obviously she's the freaking GOAT, like, in every single event. It's hard for it not to be Anna Leigh, like, if we're just being honest. But I want to talk about this real quick in case you guys didn't see this. Can we just have a protest vote? Can we just have a protest vote for Vivian David? I vote Vivian David for Women's Player of the Year as a protest vote. Vivian David retiring. How crazy is that? RIP. We lost both Vivians this year. Vivian David. Kind of hard to believe that she's gone. She was like one of the OGs. So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but kind of crazy. Like most people retire when they're like a little bit older or a little bit like out of the game. I mean, I don't know. I thought she's all right, talent wise. Obviously, she's had a big drop off. I think the whole thing with Thomas like really screwed with her. She was, man, like it's almost like a shame. It's like it makes you wonder, like if Thomas didn't have all his health issues, where would she be? You know? So yeah, I don't know. I'm super bummed to hear that, but hey, you know what? Like clearly she made the choice for a reason. So I'm sure she's going to be a great coach. It would be, how cool would it be to see her as like a coach for an MLP team? Like that would be sick. She'd probably make a great coach. So anyways, that's my vote for Women Player of the Year. But my real vote, honestly, is Annalie Waters, if we're being real. Senior Player of the Year, it's Althoff. Not even a question. I know nothing about the senior level other than Althoff is the best player to watch ever. He's so funny. She had the best attitude out of anyone. I don't think she ever got upset or even stopped smiling. Yeah, you know what's funny? I saw somebody talking today about Vivian David when she got into like that little beef with Annalie Waters. It was so funny. Annalie Waters, like, I think got mad at her or something like that. And then Annalie, like, after the match, was like in the post-game interview, and she was like, I'm not going to be bullied out there by people. And everybody's just like, are you trying to tell us you got bullied by Vivian David? Like, what? Like, the smiliest, like, most positive person out there, you're telling me you got bullied by her. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, Women's Senior Player of the Year. I honestly, probably Lee Whitwell, but also I just love Julie Johnson, so I'm going to vote her. I have no idea who this lady is. Sherry Corder? I mean, she must be good, right? If she's nominated. Also, this guy, I don't know who Jose Duresi is, but he's got a New Jersey logo on his chest, so I feel like I gotta root for him. Is he Italian? If so, I should probably vote for him. But anyways, Julie Johnson's who I'd vote for. All right. Men's Breakout Player of the Year. All right. Okay, here's the thing with this. Breakout Player of the Year. I don't know. This is actually kind of a tough one. Doesn't this look like Colin Johns, by the way? I thought it was Colin Johns at first. I'm honestly, Chris Hayworth, I'm tempted to. He did have a good year. Eric Onson's had a pretty decent year, but I feel like Chris Hayworth over Eric. No Way Cliff, decent year, but still Chris Hayworth. Well, I don't know. See, like Chris Hayworth just good at singles. No Way Cliff is like on average, like him and Eric did really good. Roscoe also good at singles. I feel like these are all just like singles players. Honestly, yeah, Onson's went off. I feel like most people are going to vote for Eric Onson's. I think that's fair to say Eric Onson's. Here's what I want to say about this, though. I feel like John Lucian Goins is going to have the 2026 year that everybody thinks that Chris Hayworth is going to have. Everybody thinks Chris Hayworth is going to go off this year. And like, I think he will be good, but here's my prediction. I think Johnny G. Remember that this year? Johnny G. Loosh. It's Loosh, okay? It's not Johnny G. Loosh, I think, is going to end up being better than Chris Hayworth. In the short term and the long term. Loosh is super young. And I think Loosh is going to be the CJ Klinger of singles. Like that's my prediction. Like he had a great year and he's only getting better. I think Chris Hayworth is like young too, and he's good, but I really do think Loosh is going to like break out this year. I could be wrong. All right. So anyways, if we're talking about breakout player of the year, I don't know. I guess Onson's is like a fair pick because you got to consider everything. He did great in MLP too. Chris Hayworth only in PPA singles. Lush only in PPA singles. Noe Cliff didn't have the best season in MLP. He did all right in PPA in like all events. But honestly, I think if you comparing Noe to Eric, I'm going Eric. And then Roscoe, same thing, like kind of just like owning singles. So I think I'd have to go with Eric, honestly, if I'm being real. Hey, Shay, when are we calling Mo? Can we just get to the prank phone call voicemails? I'm with you. Let's see. Yeah, CJ rocks. Eric is only going up. Great determination and attitude. Yeah. Loosh. All right. And then what do we got next? Women's breakout player of the year. All right. Look, here's how I feel about this one. I feel like, well, is it even fair to say Kate Fahey? I feel like Kate Fahey, her breakout year was like 2 years ago in 2024. Like, I feel like that's just not accurate. But like amongst all these people, look, obviously Kate Fahey did the best, but I feel like that's not really fair to say it's her breakout year. Alex Trong, Kat Stewart, Sophia Suing. First off, Sophia Suing, APP. We ain't counting APP. We don't count APP around here. Same with Kat Stewart. She had one good PPA tournament. Like, sorry, you guys are automatically out. Alex Strong, I mean, she had some good moments. MLP, PPA, she did have that one good match with Eric Onsens. Honestly, I feel like Jeannie Bouchard is the breakout player of the year. What do we think about that? Jeannie Bouchard is crawling up. I think Jeannie Bouchard is going to win her first gold medal this year. I do think it's going to come at a tournament where nobody else is playing, but I think she's going to get it. What do we think? Is that a hot take? Is that a W take? An L take? Jeannie Proton Baddie. Yeah. Dude, I am on the Jeannie Bouchard train. I'm so for it. I like literally root for her. The W is pronounced like a V. What is that for? I don't know who that's about. So weak, not counting APP females. Are you saying they should? I really don't think we should, honestly. I'm sorry, but like, it's just a different talent bracket. Like, if you want to support APP, go for it. But like, come on now. Yo, you know, it'd be actually really fun. It would be really fun to see Jeannie Bouchard go and play APP. I really do wonder how she would do. Who else is watching this live and also watching Bridgerton? Got Bridgerton dual screening. I saw Jeannie talking about ALW, and she has a great attitude. I like her. She was really bad at first. Jeannie Bouchard was so bad at pickleball at first. I want to see what's the dude's name? The other tennis guy. What's the other dude? I always forget his name. Kyrgios. I want to see him play as bad as Jeannie Bouchard did. That would be Seving. Oh, I'm saying that so wrong, because I've never seen anybody really talk about her. Like, I only see people like type about her. Cappy, the number 3 female player. Yeah, I know, but like that was one time. Not that it's not worth anything. Like, okay, she could be nominated, but I'm not gonna pick her. Get it right, you uncultured swine. Yeah, fair enough. Jeannie's a fair pick. She really improved this year. Yeah, exactly. Hooky B, breakout player of the year. Nope. L. Waiting for someone to bring her to the ball. The ball was. Oh, that was very funny. She thought that there was a ball boy. Yep. Wait, can you get the short answer for if you're back on recaps? I was told by Connor Perdot, yes, but I am still waiting on signing an official agreement and having them allow me to use footage without it getting taken down. Okay, there you go. Jeannie will win 2026 Wooden Player Tournament. I don't know if they're going to do another Wooden tournament. Everybody hated that. Honestly, it was kind of a flop. And honestly, it really wasn't that enjoyable to watch. It was all right, but I thought it would be better, to be honest. All right, anyways, upset of the year. Upset of the year. What did I have here? What was this time? Oh, okay, anyways, yeah. Upset of the year. What do we think for upset of the year? Kawamoto sisters defeating Anna Lee and Anna Bright. I wanted to vote for this at first. The thing is, though, I'm surprised that the match with Georgia and Tyra was not on here. because they were the first ones to beat Anna Lee and Anna Bright. And I feel like almost that was a better upset. Well, I mean, I think Kawamoto's beating them is that like the Kawamotos definitely are a more surprising result than Georgia and Tyra. But like you have to like keep it in context. The Kawamotos win came after that. So I think we were all just like less surprised. If the Kawamotos did it first, that's huge. Like that would be crazy. None of us would expect that. So that's why I'm like, maybe. Anna Bright and Deckelbar beating Anna Lee and Ben. That was pretty crazy. I don't know. Something about it being in a semifinal though, and them not winning gold, like kind of like puts a sour taste in my mouth about that. Eric Onsens and Alex Strong beating Catherine Parento and Christian Alshon. I don't know. That's like kind of whatever. Tom Evans beating Fed again. Like, come on. In singles, it kind of happens all the time. I don't think that's a big deal. Also, weren't there other people that beat Fed this year that were like pretty like ranked pretty low? I think the obvious winner, the Columbus Sliders. Like how upset of the year is getting PPA back. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry is the upset of the year. Let's go. Yeah. So I feel like, come on, Columbus Sliders. That was the craziest thing to happen in pickleball. Like nobody except for me. Is this where I take my victory lap again that I called it? But like even I called it, but like I was like, hey, I think you should watch out for them. I wasn't even like 100% like they're gonna win it. Yeah, Rafa. Yeah. Can't count MLP. What the heck are you talking about? Do you know what live stream you're on? MLP is more important than PPA. And I'm gonna actually explain why at the very end of this. But yeah, to me, I'm like, it's a no-brainer. Columbus Sliders playoff run. That is the upset of the year. Like, no, like at the beginning of the year, nobody would have predicted that. If you were to go back and predict, like, hey, what would be upset like against Anna Lee and Anna Bright, you might have been able to like predict it. So I don't know. I'm going with Columbus Sliders. Way more important. Exactly, Aisha. She gets it. All right. Fan favorite pro. Who's our favorite here? Who's our favorite? It's not Ben. It's not Anna Lee. I like Georgia. I like Hayden too. But I'm gonna be honest. I voted for Anna Bright on this one. She is kind of like my favorite. I like her. Like she is like fun to root for. Georgia's a close second. Honestly, like I think if you vote for either one of those, that makes sense. Hayden's cool too. Honestly, I do like Hayden a lot, but if I had to vote, I would vote Anna Bright. Yeah, Georgie. Yeah, I voted for Sliders, strong team, but never thought they'd get through all this stuff. Yeah, they beat all the good teams too. They did not have an easy path. I think MLP is trashy and stacked teams make it hard to win. Yo, what? Yo, L's in the chat for whoever this is. I want my 9 minutes. I'm going to give you 9 minutes of L's. What? Everybody L. Gross. Come on now. All right. I'm joking. I'm not trying to be too harsh on you. I think you really need to reconsider that. MLP is the greatest thing to happen to pickleball, and MLP is the future of pickleball. So I don't think you should be saying that. I think you need to give it another chance. Oh, by the way, speaking of Anna Bright, I shout out to Lipping Bright. I'm gonna check this out. Anna Bright's mom. I don't know if you guys saw last stream. I think it was last stream. We were talking about her mom, Lipping Bright, and the Pickle Peacock. Yo, look what she sent me. Anna Bright newsletter shirt. I got one. This is such a fire shirt. Like, come on now. You got the peacock logo. You got the bird on the head. That's not even a peacock. She's got a bird on her head. Anna Bright newsletter with the QR code tattoo. Come on now. She's got the feather quill pen. Another bird over here. Like, yo, what? Hold up. We got to look at the rest of this. What is going on here? We got so much. There's another Anna Bright over here. It's like she has it's like she just jots down like what are some designs I could do. Anna Bright, I could do like a peacock, I could do a bird, I could do like a newsletter, I could do a QR code, and then she just says, I'm gonna just take all these and just put them on one shirt. That's why I love it so much. Honestly, I do love this shirt. So shout out to Lipping Bright. Go check out Pickle Peacock. She sent my fiance shirts too. She sent the one with the peacock like in the sky. I told her, I'm like, you have to wear this when we go to Masters on Saturday. Like, you have to wear this. So yeah, shout out to Lipping Bright. She is my favorite. Okay. Does that count as a bribe? Yeah, a little bit. They did bribe me. No, I really do like it. I want my 9 minutes of Zane confirmed. If you followed MLP the past 2 seasons, you understand how this year's ending was the most storyline loaded final of the year. What? Are you saying it's like fake or something? That's crazy. Yo, if you watched MLP this last year, like 2 years ago was great. So fun. This year was the most incredible thing like ever. I literally am like, it's so hard to watch PPA after something like that happens. Anyways, you guys know how I feel about MLP. Oh man, looks like there's some AI artwork on Pickleball. I'm not a fan of the AI stuff, I'll be honest. But we'll let it slide for living. So anyways, where was I? All right. So Anna Bright, my favorite player. They should do a favorite mom category. Favorite mom, Lipping Bright. Close second, Tyra's mom. Close third, Julie Johnson. And favorite dad, Darren Klinger. No second. Not even Kwang Duong's dad. All right, best on-court personality. Let's talk about this one. Hey, she said it's not as incredible as 2024, but it's up there. You're just mad because you're a Dallas Flash fan. I get it. That was a good year for you if you're a Flash fan. Okay, best on-court personality. Anna Bright, she's cool, but like not the best on-court personality. Like she's fine. Jaume, if you're there in person, he says some funny stuff, and he is like a funny dude. It's a little bit more subtle though. I'm not gonna lie. Tyson, every time I watch him, especially live, he is entertaining. Say what you want about Tyson. He's not like my favorite person in the world. Sometimes, I've been critical of him, and I do think he's kind of a little full of himself. But gotta give him his flowers. He is so entertaining. When you're there live or even watching on TV, he is fun. Hayden, a little bit. He's chirpy, which I like. But I think Tyson's got him beat. I think Jack Sock is a close second. Jack Sock is entertaining, but he kind of just like argues with the ref a lot, which I think is funny. And it's like, I don't know. It's entertaining, but it's not the same way Tyson is. Excuse me. So it's like close between Jack and Tyson, but I feel like I got to go Tyson. Like Tyson will get the crowd laughing like multiple times. Like he is fun to watch, Why isn't Zane Beaker Ford isn't on there? Yeah, Beaker. Yeah, he should be there as the fan for best on-court personality. Let's go. He's great. All right, so that's who I would vote for on that. Fan favorite Major League Pickleball team. I feel like I gotta go. I'm gonna go with the Phoenix Flames. They're my favorite team, only because of Jeannie Bouchard. No, I'm kidding. Columbus Sliders. Where are they? Columbus. They'd probably be my pick. College team of the year. I'm just gonna pick ASU because I went there, but I don't know too much about college teams. All right, here we go. Best dressed. Best dressed. Let's talk about this. Okay, honestly, what do you guys think about best dressed? Because I don't really have too strong of an opinion on this. I will say this though. I'm going to defer to my fiance on this one. She claims that Paris Todd is like best dressed. Hey Shay says Tyra. Okay, yeah, Lee Waters, easy. She's not nominated, but she should be. Yeah, I feel like Tyra's up there. But Paris, I feel like always gets the attention. She's wrong. That's funny. I don't know. Yeah. But I do want to use this for a second to talk about. I feel like best dressed is an attractiveness award. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a correlation, right? Like, you know, if you dress good, you're probably gonna be more attractive, right? Went with Tyra on that one. Yeah, I feel like it's between either Tyra or Paris. Lee Waters wears a similar outfit every tournament. What? What are you talking about? She's always wearing something new. I feel like she never repeats an outfit. Aloe is a brand of excessive cheap quality clothes. Ooh, somebody's got a hot take on Aloe. I don't know anything about it. If wearing Diescu's hand counts, then Paris. That is hilarious. That is comment of the night right there. If you get what he's saying, that is hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Dave Fleming, best dressed. Yo, remember when he came in that like lab coat during the wooden paddle tournament? That was hilarious. Let's talk about Paris Todd though, real quick. Because check this out. Where is it? Paris Todd fined $50K, suspended 2 events. So we got an update. So shout out to Alex Weaver on this article from the Dink. She is claiming, so if you guys don't remember, she got in trouble because she went to Asia. She participated in that event that apparently they were not supposed to. Vivian Glausman, Ryan Fu, James Ignatowicz, and her all got in a bunch of trouble. Out of the 4, she's the only one to not get her contract terminated, but they did fine her $50K. At no point was it my intention to submit inaccurate or incomplete information when requesting to participate in this event. I did not have all the details at the time. Upon learning that certain activities associated with the event did not align with the original submission of the UPA, I immediately ceased all involvement with the event and proactively contacted the UPA to report the discrepancy. I remain fully committed to upholding the highest standards of integrity and compliance in my career. Thank you for your continued support. Yo, was Paris Todd the snitch? Did Paris Todd snitch on Ryan Fu and Ignatowicz and Vivian Glausman? She's like, hey, they're doing things we're not supposed to do. And then she ended up getting in trouble anyways. How crazy is that? That is wild. I mean, I don't know what, I honestly, everyone is like, do you think this was like too much? Do you think it was not enough? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I really don't know. $50K is so much. Like, if I got fined $50,000 for anything, I would literally like, I would be homeless. So like, I don't know. That's a lot of money to me. I don't know what her contract looks like. And I don't know what the contract says. So it's kind of weird to really make a statement on all this. People are comparing it to Andre Diescu with the pine tar situation. I think he got a pretty hefty fine. I forget exactly how much it was for. So I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that she's getting fined that much. I don't even know if she made anything on this event, you know, so are they like getting some of that money, but kind of crazy. So they, you know, I guess Ignatowicz, Fu, Glausman, they filed an appeal, which basically they just like asked PPA to take them back and they said, nah. So they're not coming back. Paris Todd will be back, but I guess she's missing 2 tournaments. Apparently she's going to miss an MLP and she's going to miss a PPA. Pickleball Karen says way too much. It's insane. Diescu got fined $50K. Kwon got fined $50K. Yeah, $50K seems to be their amount. Terminating contracts was extreme as well. Yeah, honestly, I was kind of waiting for them to re-sign people to like a new contract, but I feel like that would just be way too transparent that they were just doing it for like money. I like all them. That sucks. Yeah. Honestly, like the PPA is not better without them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jenna's, I think, is kind of onto it. Someone's not being 100% truthful here, because if she did report it right away, like, what would you like? What else could she do? She got permission. She got there. She found out it was wrong. She stopped participating immediately. It's like, yeah, what's going on with that? So something is not adding up. Either UPA is going overboard with this, if that's the truth, or Paris Todd is kind of bending the truth in her favor. I don't think she would just say that. Like, I think there's potential that this statement here is factual, but maybe not exactly truthful, if that makes sense. Like, so I don't know. It's tough to know exactly what's going on here, but yeah, it's just super weird because it's like something's just not adding up. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, so she's gonna miss a PPA tournament. I'm guessing it's the Masters. I don't know exactly how that works. If it's like the next event. And I think that's what happened to Andre too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he missed like he was like suspended for like a long time, like days wise, but it only ended up being like a tournament or two. So seems similar to that. But I'm gonna be honest, like I still don't know exactly what happened with the pine tar situation. That thing never really got a good answer on that, if I'm being honest. But I do think like a pine tar thing, let's just say that what he did with the pine tar stuff was like legitimately like him, like let's just take it to the extreme. I don't think he was like trying to cheat with it, but let's just say for argument, like a thought experiment. Let's say somebody was trying to cheat. They tried to use pine tar on their paddle. That seems like a way worse thing than somebody doing some other outside event. Like, am I right on that? Like, it just feels like this is almost like half as bad. So to punish somebody in the same way, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that like, hey, it's if you break the contract in any portion, this is just like a blanket kind of punishment. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It's tough because we just don't have all the details. So anyways, that's the latest update with Paris Todd. Hey, but hopefully she wins best dressed. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Best international tournament. I don't know really much about any of these. PPA Australia was like kind of cool. We saw the one at the beginning of last year. The India Open, I don't really know too much about. Pickleball World Cup, I don't know about. English Open, I think that's like APP plays in that. Honestly, PPA Asia is like the only one that like we really watched more than once. I feel like you got to vote for PPA Asia. Okay. Kyle saying India for sure. PPA just using AI for lawyers. Yo, Chat GPT, what should we do? Yeah, I don't know. They had chairs like almost on the court. It was great. Were you there? That'd be crazy. All right. Let's go to paddle of the year. Let's talk about paddles. First off, paddle of the year. I'm not voting for any of these because the flamingo isn't there. I hate the boomstick just because everybody at Open Play wants to use it. They think that that's going to like make them like amazing. Too many people have the Yola. It's like, okay, dude, like you just have the same paddle as everybody else. Bread and butter. I don't know much about it, but it seems like a lot of people use it. RPM. I guess I've been hearing good things about it. I don't know. It seems like just like any other paddle. Same for all these, honestly, mostly. Luz Cannon. That seems like the cheapest one. So like, cool. That's kind of cool. It's like the cheapest one out of all of them. I'm not voting for any though. Well, I guess I have to now that I accidentally clicked one. I'm voting for the flamingo if I could. That's my vote. But let's talk about paddles. Because I'm sure we all have heard 1,000 times already. But in case you missed this, Annalie Waters most likely going to use Franklin moving forward. How do we feel about that? Okay, from what I'm being told, she's like me. She just hasn't signed the deal yet. She hasn't signed the deal yet. I guess once she signs with Franklin, then I'm going to sign with UPA. But she is signing with Nike as well for a tire. There's a holdup, though, which is kind of funny. It's all about her visor. Nike wants her to wear a Nike visor. Franklin wants her to wear a Franklin visor. And I just find this hilarious. This whole thing is on pause because of the visor, which is kind of crazy. That's why I'm getting held up too. MLP is like, you got to wear MLP logo on your visor. And PPA is like, you got to wear a PPA logo on your visor. And I'm like, guys, I don't wear a visor. They're like, well, you have to now. Lipping Bright is like, we want you to wear a peacock visor. All right, I'll wear a peacock visor. But yeah, so that's like the latest update. Honestly, like you got that, every single podcast is talking about this. So like, I'm not going to get too much into it, but that is what's happening. That is what's coming. The only thing that we're wondering now is what visor is she going to wear? But yo, lot of paddle movement. So check this out. This is from the kitchen, from Alex Lance at the kitchen. Couple updates on paddle sponsors for players. Rachel Rohrbacher leaving Selkirk. Deckelbar moving to 11-6-24. I don't even know much about them. That's kind of crazy. Gabe Tardio leaving Pickle. Chris Hayworth leaving Babolat. Eric Onsens moving to Engage. Brendan French leaving Yola. QD leaving Sypic. Vivian David leaving Carbon. Well, she retired. Thomas Wilson, he left Carbon technically, but that's a little bit different of a situation. So Rachel to Friday for sure. Yeah, I've been seeing some people talk about that. I've never even heard of Friday before. Man, there's just so many paddles now. I literally can't keep up. I just abandoned like knowing about paddles because it's like overwhelming. But yeah, I did hear that she is gonna maybe go to Friday. So cool. Good for her. I guess whatever. But yeah, so that's the update with that. All right. So anyways, let's see what else we got. Best facilities. I'm voting for one and one only. Los Cab. Los Cab is the goated facility. If you guys see me out in Los Cab, say what up. Literally is my home. Like literally. I live there. I feel like I shouldn't tell people that. I don't know. I don't think it could cause me any harm, but it feels weird telling people where I live. But I love it so much here. All right. So there's that. There's the facility. Let's see what we got next. Okay. This is what I wanted to talk about. Yo, this is how have you never heard of Friday? Shaking my head because, dude, I don't know about paddles. I play with a flamingo, dog. I got the only paddle I need. Let's see. JW and Georgia are most interesting ones. They are free agents, and Franklin deleted all their posts and highlights. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. JW and Georgia are out. Yeah, everybody's like, how have you not heard of Friday? How have you not heard of Friday? I don't know. I'm sorry, but now I have. All right. Oh, wait, is it the Friday guys or whatever? Those like three guys? Is that the same thing? I didn't know that. Brody, do I know you? Have we played together? That'd be sick. Yeah, I'm down. Come find me. I suck at pickleball though, so just be prepared. Oh, it is. Oh, no way. Okay, so I think I might have said this like last stream. I had someone come up to me one time and they were like, "Hey, are you that guy? You're the guy from YouTube, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am the guy from YouTube." They're like, "Yeah, you're the Friday guy, right?" And I was like, "Oh, wait, no, that's what? Who's that?" I was like, no, that's not me. And that was like the first I've heard of them. And funny enough, I went to actually look up. I was considering talking about on stream that Christmas pickleball movie. I feel like the time passed to talk about it, but I was going to talk about that pickleball Christmas movie, which I heard was a flop. But then I saw that the Friday guys already did a reaction video to it. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to, they kind of beat me to it. And so then I was like, oh, so that's what they do. So I haven't actually watched it, but I don't know. I'm sure they seem funny. 20 minutes away from Los Cab right now for 2 weeks. Ooh. All right. You and me are going to have a debate about MLP in person. If I win, you have to watch every single MLP match. If you win, then I have to watch every single PPA match, which I already do. I'm the Wednesday guy. Yo, I am the Wednesday. I'm the Tuesday night guy. Oh, wait, it's Wednesday night. Yo, wow. I'm an idiot. It is Wednesday. Yeah, I am the Wednesday guy. No spoilers. You're going to watch the Christmas movie? Oh, Isaac from Friday, LOL. I could see that, I guess. What? Okay, yeah. All right. So anyways, let's talk about this though. That movie was bad. I'm glad I didn't watch it. Although I heard it wasn't like even good enough. Like it wasn't even like bad in like this is like funny to watch. Oh shit. No, I'm the Wednesday guy. Who is Wednesday pickleball? Yo, is there a day of the week like for every, like there's a pickleball guy for every day of the week? Dang. All right, cool. Well, welcome in, Wednesday guy. All right, let's talk about this. The most influential voice in pickleball. Yo, this is crazy. This was crazy. Who saw this? So this came out. Most influential voice. This is so funny to me. There was some drama this week. Who saw this? All of a sudden, The Kitchen. Jared from the kitchen got a little upset at this because he looks on. Imagine you're Jared from the kitchen. You come on, you see Zane, you see Jason, you see Jimmy, you see Connor, you see Thomas. Looks like they forgot someone. So on the kitchen Instagram story, looks like Jared got a little butthurt about this. Looks like they forgot somebody. Biggest reach, largest community, most popular podcast. It's an interesting claim. Okay. Is that true? Do they have the most popular podcast? Where's Chris Galley? I am not the most influential voice. They took my voice away. Thomas from the Dink has an AI voice? What? That's funny. So he got butthurt about this. He even went to X and said this. The stink, get it, instead of the dink. The stink, just casually omitting the guy with the largest community, biggest reach, and most popular podcast from their influential voices category is very on brand for a brand who bought half their followers and lied about their numbers. Oh, mic drop. Yo, that's kind of crazy. What do we think? Does the stink, aka the dink, do they buy their followers? The kitchen is obsessed with reach. Yeah. Well, look, as I'm going to talk about in a little bit, that is some people's goals. Like, that is like their end. Like, they're doing all this to for reach, but it's like, I don't know. You're just never going to be satisfied with your reach, And then you end up kind of crashing out like this, trying to let everybody know about that. But I don't know. Not that reach isn't important, but what's your bigger goal? And I'm sure he'd probably have a bigger goal that he says. But yeah, what do we think about this? The stink is such a middle school name, calling it. Yo, I kind of like it though. I'm not going to lie. It did make me laugh. It is kind of funny in because it is like a middle school name. The stink. What can we come up with a name for the kitchen? The bitchin'. He's bitching on Twitter. No, I'm just kidding. The bitchin'. The stink. Yeah, so crashing out a little bit over this. And then we see that they put out their own list. What do we think about this? The Pickleball Power 50 list. What do we think about this power list? What is the power list? What is the power list? The 50 most influential people in pickleball. It's about reach. We all know they care about that. Authenticity. Oh, so that's just real versus fake followers. So if you have fake followers, you're out. Interesting. Existing growth. Okay. Relationships. Okay. Revenue. Future growth. So that's how they're measuring this. And now we got the Pickleball 50 list. So what do we think about? So far, this is all they've released. So what do we think? We got Jimmy Miller at 49. Do we think Roscoe Bellamy is a more higher pickleball power than Jimmy Miller? I did think that was interesting. Roscoe Bellamy, his co-host, or he's the main host, I would say, of the Pickleballers podcast. But how do we feel about this? Zane coming in at 43. John Q ahead of Zane. I thought that was interesting too. How are we feeling about this list? Okay, let's be real. Where do you guys think Jared's going to put himself on this? We all know it's coming. I'm going to be so disappointed if he doesn't put himself on this. Let's be real. Where is he going to put himself? What do we think? Number one? I feel like he's not going to go number one. I feel like he knows he can't go number 5. Yeah, I'm thinking number 3. I'm thinking either 3 or 4. I'm going to say number 3. If I had to put money on it, I'd say 3. He's going to probably put himself in number 1 because he has all the reach. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It would be funny if he put him. Honestly, the funniest thing would actually be if he put himself at 37, just somewhere randomly. He's like, look, I've been crunching the numbers and I'm just giving an honest assessment. And I think I'm number 37, which would be funny. But I feel like Jared will be at number 2. Yeah, maybe. I feel like he's going to have to be, if he's saying he should be on this list, I think he's going to argue that he's within the top 5. So I'm interested to see where he ends up with there. So he already put Zayn and Jimmy down in the 40s. You know he's not going to put Thomas Shields at all. And so I'm sure Connor Pardeau will be up there. I'm sure Jason Aspis will be up there. You know he's going to put Jason Aspis in like top 5. Which, by the way, okay, kind of crazy. Real quick, speaking of Jason Aspis, someone behind the scenes told me that Jason Aspis was another one that was rooting for me, that was helping me out behind the scenes. So shout out to Jason Aspis. I think he's just pumped because I subscribed to his channel on YouTube, and some of you guys did too. Who remembers that? Jason Aspis is a fan, I guess. All right. So thank you, Jason Aspis. Shout out to you, dude. So that was kind of cool to hear. I thought he was against me. I thought Jason Aspis was trying to take me down. I'm not going to lie. But nah, turns out I was wrong all along. I was wrong all along on that. So anyways, that was like the craziest thing to see, was this the drama that came about from this. That was pretty wild. So anyways, who do we vote for? Who do we vote for on this most influential? I'm not going to vote Jason. Zayn, he's up there. Influential, a person or player who drives conversation to improve the sport. Who is driving conversation to improve the sport? I don't think Connor Pardeau is driving conversation to improve the sport. You know what I mean? I definitely don't think it's Thomas either. Although like there's an argument to be made that like the Dink in general might be. Same thing with like PPA. I don't know. I do think Zayn is up there. Like he is like bringing up things, and he has credibility because he is a player, he's in the trenches. I do think Jimmy's there too. Like King of the Court has a huge following. When Jimmy raises an issue, people talk about it, like if Jimmy said, hey, everybody go support XYZ, or everybody go, tag blah, 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 go comment under blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of people would listen to that. So I do think he's got some influence for sure. Like think about if all of these people told everybody they know and all their followers, all their subscribers, and they said, hey, go do X, Y, and Z. What has like the most amount of people influenced? I mean, I honestly think it's either Zayn or Jimmy, right? Like if you look at it from that lens, what do we think? Colin Johns. Yeah, Colin Johns' most influential voice. I think that this needs to be better lit. This does not bounce on the ground well enough. Hey, honestly, that is some influence, right? I like Zayn's channel. I love Jimmy too. I like honesty and transparency. Yeah, well, you have no credibility because you said you don't like MOP. So by the way, I'm never going to let that go. Jimmy is only 47 on the kitchens list. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Jimmy being at 49 yet makes the stinks list is wild. Was it 49 or 47? Oh, yeah, 49. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. The comments on Aspis YouTube was so funny. Oh, gee, yeah. Love the format. Yeah. So anyways, I you know what? Like, I really think, I gotta go. Yeah, this is a tough one. It's either Zayn or Jimmy for me. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think I gotta go with Jimmy. Some people will disagree. Some people, look, I feel like every one of these people on here is polarizing. Some people really don't like every single one of these people. But if I'm being real, I think Jimmy's got the most influence, if I'm just being honest. The kitchen only put Jimmy on the list so that he doesn't go berserk. Yo, I really do think that's the case. They threw him on there at 49 just to be like, yeah, we're not going to be like ignorant. Because if they didn't put him on at all, everyone would be like, dude, come on, are you serious? But they just want to like rub in and be like, dude, no, we think that like all these people are more powerful than you. Like, okay, like, come on. You're telling me that if Roscoe Bellamy told all the followers and subscribers that he has, like, and tries to influence them in one way or another, you're telling me that it has more sway than Jimmy? That's just like not true. Like not that that's even their measurement. Like we saw what it was. It was like whatever. What is it? Reach, authenticity, existing growth, relationships, revenue, future growth. But even I still think even measuring it by that I think Jimmy is way higher than that. It's just crazy. Jimmy's such a rumor monger. Yeah, but hey, that is what gets people interested in what he's doing. And people like that. It's entertaining and kind of keeps us all in the know. Can't wait to see where Jim Kloss is. Yo, Jimmy's going to crash out when Jim Kloss is higher than him. That would be so funny. I was thinking about making a power list of like my favorite people in pickleball. Should I do that? I think I'm going to do that on Twitter. Maybe tonight. I'm going to make a list of my top 50 favorite people. Who do you guys think my number one is? Yo, if you guys can guess who my number one is, you are like a real goated fan. If you get it wrong, you got to do some research. Zane has his channel plus the Dink and Reddit. What does he do on Reddit? I didn't know he was on Reddit. I don't really go on Reddit. I haven't been on Reddit in like 6 years, but that's cool. Who do you guys think my number one, if I made a pickleball power 50 list, who would be my number one? It's so easy. Like if you know it, it's so easy. Julian Arnold, what? Nah. It's Parker, you win. Parker, you know me so well. Bob, very close. That'd be up there. That's probably top 5, top 10. Probably top 5. So I might do that tonight just for fun. I think it'd be fun. All right, anyways, let's continue. Oh, yo, I'm so excited to talk about this. Is Heyshay still here? Heyshay, get back in here. Quit watching Bridgerton. I need you to tune in right now because we're going to talk about something real fun. Who saw this? So best on-air personality. First off, obviously, it's Leia. It's obviously Leia. Leia is the best at this. Leia is so good at being, what do you call it? Commentator. Like she's got the insight as being a pro. She's always like talking about the thing that we're all thinking about. Yeah, exactly. Easy pick. She's a killer on the mic. 100%. Close second, Adam Stone. Dave Fleming, third. I'll give Mish fourth, Matt Manassi last. Leia, number one for sure. But yo, let's talk about Mish. Who saw Mish crash out on X? Mish. I'm going to be honest. Yo, there's a lot of people this year I lost a lot of respect for. People this year. Two people that really lost my respect this year, Kate Fahey and Mish. Kate Fahey trying to kick people out of tournaments because she doesn't like that they don't root for her, that they make clips about her. That's crazy. I really do not like that. I do not respect that at all. And Mish. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to blow up anybody's spot, but let's just say Mish has done some crazy stuff to people that I know in person. She did some crazy stuff, just accusing people of stuff, getting in people's faces. I'm not going to say too much because I don't know how much this person wants it to be public, but like, trust me when I tell you, when I heard this story, and look, hey, I'll be honest, I just hear one side of the story, but it's someone that I trust, someone that I'm friends with. It was just not cool what she did. And I'm going to show you what her type of energy is. She's like a defensive person. She is crazy defensive. So check this out. This was crazy. Big time loser energy from those two. Yeah. Yo, it's crazy. Mish doesn't know anything about pickleball. Yeah, well, she knows enough. Honestly, I do. I got to be fair. I do think she's like pretty decent at her job when you consider what her job is. She's just not my favorite because I'm not like her audience for that. Like what I'm looking for personally, I don't get a lot out of her. But I do think she's good with Leia. I can't stand it when it's Dave and Mish. That is like a bad combo. But check this out. So this happened on X the other day. So Heyshay had a hilarious tweet. Everybody's talking about Annalie Waters. Where's she going to go? Is she going to sign with Franklin? Who's she going to sign with? Who's she going to sign with? And then she said, I heard a rumor that ALW is leaving pro pickleball to play professional soccer in Europe. Hilarious. Excuse me. For those that don't know, every single broadcast, I feel like, we always hear about how Anna Lee Waters used to play soccer. Apparently she was like pretty good, but they just like hype it up and act like she was about to go pro. So hilarious tweet. That's a little bit of inside baseball there, but hilarious. But here's what's funny about this. So check this out. So Ashley on X said, did you know she's really good at soccer? Being sarcastic, pretty funny, right? And then Hayshay said, Mish told me she was really good. They're just making a joke. And look at this. Mish crashing out. Always hilarious when anonymous accounts have such strong opinions. Clown. Like, what? Yo, Mish, what? What is a strong opinion? You do say that. Like, yo, why is Mish crashing out? This is not the first time that she has crashed out on X for somebody criticizing the announcing. Somebody remind me, who was it she crashed out on last time? Was it Rob Nunnery, maybe? My head says Rob Nunnery. I can't remember off the top of my head. But she has done this before. She gets really defensive about what she's doing. Like, yo, I'm sorry, but like, whenever you're in the spotlight, if you're putting yourself out there, like, you're going to get criticized. Like, she's not even making like a good point. She's just like, oh, it's hilarious when anonymous accounts have strong opinions. What is the opinion that Hayshay has here? Is it even a strong opinion? Like, it's a joke. Laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like, would it not be so much, like, it would honestly be kind of nice. It'd be endearing if Mish was like, yeah, like makes a joke, like kind of laughing at herself. You know, like, yeah, I do kind of say that a lot. Hey, it bears repeating. I don't know, like anything. Coming out like this, that was crazy energy. Hey, Shay. Hi, Michelle. I apologize if you took offense to this tweet. This was making light of all the paddle rumors flying around about ALW. You bring up the booth, how good she was at soccer at a young age. So it's not a strong opinion. It's just repeating what's been said before. I will refrain from using humor in the future when trying to engage with my friends on Pickleball Twitter when discussing pickleball. Like, yo, what? I love this dude's sleeves. So fragile. Sort of typical UPA response. That's crazy. I was laughing so hard at her crashing out on this. That was wild. Maybe because she gets a lot of complaints about her commentating. Yeah, but like I said, look, you put yourself out there, it's going to happen. You can't please everybody. Everybody who puts themselves out there is going to get complaints, is going to get criticism, whether it's me, whether it's Mish, whether it's Leia, Dave Fleming, whether it's Matt Manasseh, all these people, everybody gets criticized. That's the agreement. Like, that's the trade-off. You want to get praise, you want to get your views, you want to make your money, you want to have your career, whatever your goal is, you get all that stuff, but it also comes with a cost. You got to have thick skin. You really do. And I'm no stranger to that. Dude, I get people all the time that complain about my stuff, tell me how annoying I am, how much all I do is just scream and laugh at players. And it's true. I can recognize it's true. Like, it's okay. I got flaws. I'm not perfect. It's okay if you don't like me. I'm not for everybody. And I don't want to be for everybody. Because if you're for everybody, you're for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just can't stand when they have someone in the booth who talks nonstop during play. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. It's not so much that bothers me because they're talking during the play. The thing, actually, you know what bothers me more than that is when they talk while a player is talking. When the player is talking on the court or the referee is talking, shut up. Shut up. I want to hear what they're saying. It's so frustrating when someone's talking while someone's chirping or while a ref is like explaining something. It's like, yo, shut your mouth. Like, we want to hear this. I want more microphones on the court. I want to hear what the players are saying. Misha is a great on-air personality if you enjoy ceaseless giggling and Dave Fleming's bad jokes. Hey, I'm okay with Dave Fleming's bad jokes. And whatever. She's got to keep it cordial. It would probably be, I mean, it would be funny though if she just didn't laugh at them and it was just awkward silence. I would like that. Elise Jones also great in the booth. Yeah, she's pretty good, but she doesn't do it that much. Very hard. Yeah, it is a harmless comment. That's why it's crazy. Are you sucking up to me now? I want my 9 minutes. All right, you want me back over. All right, you could hate on MLP. I'll forgive you. Pickleball cheat code. Let's go again. Not biased at all. What pickleball cheat code? All right, so there's that. Mish. All right, so there we go. So who are we voting for? We're voting for Leia. Feel like it's pretty obvious. All right, on to Best Pickleball Podcast, which I am no longer nominated for because this ain't a podcast. It's a Sorry Not Sorry Pickleball show. So now I can freely vote for these podcasts. How many have we, honestly, the deeper we go into pickleball, the more I actually don't know some of these shows. I know the Pickle Pod that's been around. Pickleballers is new, but we all know it. KOTC, we all know. Pickleball Studio has been around forever. Bad Calls, honestly, one of the most underrated shows. QCast, love John Q. I was actually a co-host for like 3 episodes of John Q. And then he fired me back in SNS War 2. He got a little worried that he was going to get in trouble too. But that's okay. We forgive him. Pickleball Cheat Code. I've never watched that, but I know Tanner Tomasi. He's always making good content. Crack Paddles. Never watched it, but AC Baby, best rapper in pickleball. Pickleball Pursuit. I don't even know what that is. Louis Kobetz. I'm not sure about that. Anybody watch that? Maybe it's good. Maybe it's not. Pickleball U. That's kind of cool. They got a college pickleball podcast. Never watched it. I'm not really into college pickleball, but that's pretty cool that they're doing something for that. Pickleball Effect. RIP. RIP. I like everybody that has either currently hosted that or has formerly hosted that. But we definitely voting for that. Honestly, if I'm going to give my vote on here, it'd probably be KOTC. This is the one I watch the most consistently. Yeah, that's because they let our boy Kyle go. RIP. But Kyle's going to land on his feet. Speaking of people getting let go, let's talk about this. Pickle Pod. It says Zane Navratil and Thomas Shields, but really it's been a lot of Zane and our boy Eric Tice. F's in the chat for Eric Tice. So I love this tweet. This started some drama too. Pickle Pod replaced Eric Tice with Nico the lefty. Is Nico in here right now? Nico. Yikes. Maybe the kitchen was right. Oh, referring to the stink. More like the stink. Dang. So as we know, Jimmy been a little bit critical of Nico. I was even, I was talking about Nico on one of the last streams, more so just talking about content, but I like Nico. I'm not exactly a fan of the format. I'll say that, which is just putting out a bunch of content and kind of seeing what sticks. But hey, if he's successful doing what he's doing, like I can't hate if it's working. And honestly, a lot of people say they like Nico. If you go look at the YouTube comments, a lot of people are like, they're digging it. They're like, yeah, we like Nico. So like, good for him. Like that's their move. So I don't mind Nico being on there, but my thing is like, yo, Eric was great on there. And Eric's like the only legit like journalist reporter. We got we got Alex Lance. We got Alex Weaver. So like those are some good dudes doing some reporting and stuff, writing articles. But I feel like Eric Tice is the GOAT. Eric Tice is the GOAT. Everybody go follow Eric Tice right now. AZE Tice. Go follow him on Instagram. Go follow him on X. He honestly deserves it. He's great with this stuff. He's just like always like putting stuff out the quickest. It's always legit. He's like super careful to like not just wing it, not just like spread rumors basically. He's a very humble dude too. Like he is like the least like cocky personality out there. Like he literally never like makes a hot take. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I might be wrong. This is my guess, my humble opinion. And I just like love that about him. Like he'll make like a take. He'll make a hot take, but he's not like how people see. He's not like Jim Kloss. Like Jim Kloss will literally just be like, "This is right. Shut up, everybody. I know what I'm talking about. You're all wrong." Eric Tice is like the opposite. He's like, "Hey, here's my thoughts, and like, if you agree, cool. If you don't, that's okay too." Big Sack says Tice is better than Nico by a lot. You know what? Honestly, this kind of reminds me of like when people like talk about this show versus Zane. It's like they're just different styles, you know. A lot of people in here like Nico, and that's cool. I was wondering why Nico replaced Tice. Thought maybe Eric was filling in. Eric will have a lot of opportunity. He is going to have a lot of opportunities. He is a good dude. Speak Pickleball is a journalist goat. I don't know who that is. I got to check that out. Tice is like Adam Schefter in the NFL. Yeah, honestly, exactly. Okay, yeah. So if you haven't checked out Tice, definitely go check him out. He literally is like the top guy. He's always commentating too. He's really good at commentating. I enjoy him on the mic too. Eric Tice refused to push methylene blue tablets. What? That's hilarious. Yeah. He's like Annalie Waters is going with Nike and Reglan. I have the documents. Also buy this methylene blue. Agree on Eric Tice. Hell yeah. Speak Pickleball. Okay, I got to check out Speak Pickleball. I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, Eric Tice is the go, man. Honestly, like we got to go support him. So definitely follow him, you know, check out his stuff. I'm sure he's going to bounce back somewhere. Like somebody should make a podcast for him. Yo, Kyle, you guys together would be great. I feel like you guys together would be fun. That would be great. I don't know. Maybe that would work. Maybe it wouldn't. But somebody's got to make something happen with Eric Tice. Yo, you know what's funny? So I'm doing Family Feud coming up. I'm recording episodes tomorrow. Yo, actually, real quick, let me just say this. I'm starting to film episodes tomorrow for Family Feud. Here's how I'm going to do Family Feud this year. So I'm going to do 6 episodes. So 3 episodes, I'm going to just do like fun personalities, like, you know, pickleball celebrities and stuff like that. Like whether it's players or like social media people, like people like we all know. I'm going to do 3 episodes with them. And then I'm going to do 3 episodes with just like fans, like people who just like watch the show, love pro pickleball. And I'm going to do like a tournament style with those 3 episodes. So I'm going to have like 2 episodes where it's just fans. And then the 2 winners will play each other in the championship to end Family Feud. I feel like that would be a ton of fun. So I want to do that. So I do need some more like people who are not really like big on social media or whatever. I mean, you could be big on social media, but people like a little bit less known or whatever. So if you're just like a fan of the show or just a fan of pro pickleball in general, shoot me a DM. I'll get you on. We're going to be filming that next week. So I want to get you guys on if you can. There's a few people in the chat right now who are going to be on tomorrow. Family Feud. I'm recording the first episode. Should I tell you guys who I have? Should I keep it a secret? No, I'll tell you. Should I tell you? Should I keep it a secret? I'll tell you. Tomorrow I got DJ Young teaming up with Dylan Frazier. That's going to be crazy. And no spoilers. Whoops. Cat's out of the bag. And they're taking on Sydney Steinecker. And she's bringing on someone that she knows, Troy Hammer, in case anybody knows him. So that's going to be fun. And then Friday, here's why I brought this up. Because Friday, Nico is going to be on the show. He's bringing his brother, Gino. And yo, I reached out to Eric Tice. I was like, dude, we got to get you on to play against Nico on Family Feud. But he's not able to do it on Friday. So that would have been sick though. How crazy would that have been? Nico versus Eric on Family Feud. Like that's like what we all want, right? Yo, so I don't know, but it's all good. It's just not in the cards this time, but so yeah, so there's a few good people coming on. Fed said he was interested in coming on. I got to work out a time with him. Thomas Shields said he might be on, so I got to work out a time with him too. I'm trying to get some people that I haven't really had on too much. Some people have been on before, but I'll have them on again. I want to get Camilla and Ava Ignatowicz on the show, even though they've been on before, but they're always fun. So if you guys have any idea, who do you guys want to see on? Is there any like big personalities you guys want to see on the show? And maybe some players you'd like to see on? Should I get all the moms to play each other? Lipping Bright and Tyra's mom against Julie Johnson and Lee Waters. That would be epic. How great would that be? That would be so fun. I would love that so much. So yeah, so that's coming out soon. Those aren't going to come out right away. That'll be like when we don't have a tournament. I'm going to put those out. So slowly over like the first half of the year, you'll start to see those. I would love to see Fed on. He's quite funny. Also like the Balls Deep ladies. Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. Hayden and Gabe. Oh, I should reach out to Hayden. That's a good one. And maybe Gabe. That would be fun. Paris and Hunter. Yo, imagine they just start fighting in mid-show. That was a stupid answer. Why would you ever say that? You're an idiot. Something like that. Can't forget the mom. Bring her back. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. She was good on the show. AB and Kate. I'm not having Kate Fahey on. Sorry. Kate Fahey ain't coming anywhere near the show. Nope. I'll say this. I appreciate what Kate is like doing. Like, I like that she's a good player. I like her energy. Like, sometimes the screaming is like kind of like whatever. It makes you cringe a little bit. But I do think like her emotion stuff is good for the sport. So like, good for her. But I would never have her on the show. There's a few people I would never have on. She's one of them. And Mish, never have her on. I would have Christian Alshon on though, because I feel like everybody would want to see that. That would be fun. I got to get Zane Ford on. Yo, how did I not think about that? Dude, that just hit me. Should I DM him right now? Should I send him a message right now? I'm going to send him a message right now. Yo, I'm reaching out to Zane Ford right now so I don't forget. Oh, God, no. The Value Robot says, oh, God, no. Yo, I'm reaching out to Zane Ford right now. Bro. Yo, what do we think? Do we think he's going to say yeah? He sent me a message one time. He said, I support you, man. What are your thoughts on coming on my show to play Family Feud? Dude, if we get Zane, I like Zane. I do like him. I'll make fun of him, but I'm like laughing with him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm laughing with him. I don't hate on him. Let's see. Oh, I got a message for someone. Okay. All right. Anyways. So yeah, let's see if he says that. Throw his paddle at the camera if he loses. Yo, if he doesn't crash out after losing, I will be upset. He just kicks his water bottle. Alshon would be fun because he can barely string a sentence together. Yeah, that would be fun. Zane Ford and Julian Arnold. Yeah, I don't know about Julian Arnold. I mean, I like Julian Arnold. He's fine, but he would actually probably be funny. Yeah, maybe I will reach out to him too. I don't know if he'd do it. He'd be like, how much am I getting paid for this? All right, so where were we? Okay, yeah. So anyways, we're talking about the podcast stuff. Nico, I thought this was funny too, and not to clown on Nico too much, but I just feel bad because Nico is just catching strays left and right. Like, think about Nico. He's just like, hey, like, this is what I want to do. I want to just like make content. I'm just gonna put out 1 million posts per day, and just see where it takes me. It's his dream, as you've said. And then like, bro is just catching straights left and right. Look at it. Somebody sent me this, and I just was laughing so hard. He just put out like a harmless tweet. Is Vivian David the best pickleball player to retire at the time of retirement? That's actually a fair question. It was making me think. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. She probably is the best pickleball player to retire, like at that point of retiring. Alex Weaver says Thomas Shields. That's hilarious. And then this dude came in, #winning. This dude cracks me up. I thought this was so funny. With respect, I think I see Jimmy Miller's point about your content, Nico. You post a question to your audience to generate engagement and then walk away. You haven't added any value here. The only person you're responding to in this thread that you created is Tice. 8 comments, just 1 low or no value reply from you. It just feels like you're posting to build visibility and by extension your brand rather than to add value. It doesn't seem genuine. Dang, dude. Leave him alone, man. That's crazy. That is harsh. Yo, that's crazy. And then he chimed in. I mean, I responded to Tice and also about Kyle Lee Waters. Next time I'll post this as my opinion versus a question. But respect, I think I do an okay job of responding to comments and engaging as much as I can across all platforms. Here's what I'll give him credit. Nico did not do this. He did not do this. Imagine he said this. Oh, it's hilarious when anonymous accounts have strong opinions. He honestly should have said that as a joke. That would have been funny, like mocking Mish. But he was like, all right, like I'll take your feedback. You know, like I can handle it. I got thick skin. I will say Nico does seem like he's got thick skin. I got to give credit where credit is due. I respect the shit out of that. And then I guess there was a reply that was marked as spam. So yeah, anyways, I was like, dang, Nico's just getting caught left and right. But there was like a lot of people who were like, yo, this is crazy. Massive L. I'm kind of shocked by this. I thought Zayn wanted to start being taken serious. Tice brings legit credibility. Nico brings, yeah, not really sure. Maybe Zayn was tired of not being the smartest one in the room. He solved that problem. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy. You know, and then look, some people are sticking up for Nico, which I think is fair. Some people find him entertaining. But yeah, I think the big thing is like, yo, why did they take Tice out? And also, that's just like an uphill battle for Nico. For those that do know Eric Tice, it's like disappointing. It's like, yo, like, why'd you get rid of him? That's crazy. So that's the update. I haven't watched the episode with Nico yet. Did any of you guys watch it? What do you guys think? Did you guys watch it? What do we think about Nico on the Pickleball? Honestly, I feel, and I saw some other people saying this wasn't my idea, but it would be really great to have Zayn, Nico, and Eric Tice. Basically take out Thomas Shields, which is kind of tough because it's Thomas Shields' thing, you know? But I do think that would be like the best 3-man combo there. How are we feeling about that? I feel influenced to start hating Nico now. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty wild. All right, anyways, where are we at with stuff? Let's see. What was the last thing I got here? Oh, okay, we'll talk about this in a second. All right, so there's that. All right, best Pickleball YouTuber of the year. Come on now. Can you guys please vote for me? How funny would it be after SNS War 3? If I were to win this, how wild would that be? How wild would I be? Bro has been filling out these votes for 2 hours. Yeah, I know. We've been going at it for a long time. I'm almost wrapping up here. I got one more thing I want to talk about. All right, so here's what I want to talk about. Because this was something that really got me passionate. I watched it today. It was fine. I never heard of him, but his style of play cracked me up. I thought Nico was okay. I was cracking up and almost took a screenshot. Nico and Zayn talking, and Thomas was seen just staring another direction. That's funny. Whoops, I voted for Ed Jew. What? How dare you? That's okay. Ed Jew's cool. Here's what I want to talk about next. All right, so this voted for you. Can you vote more than one time? I mean, I'll say I think every email counts as one vote. So I guess if you have more than one email, then maybe. But let me do this. All right. So this video came out, I think it was like actually like a week or so ago? When did this come out? 2 weeks ago. Okay. So 2 weeks this video came out. And this honestly got me thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about this. And this is what I want to talk about here, just to kind of wrap things up. Pickle Pod with Nico was confusing. What was the point? Very disjointed. All right, here I want to show this clip. So some of you guys probably saw this. Maybe some of you didn't. I love this clip. This was cracking me up. So who saw the Eric Roddy clip? Because this was some of the craziest chirping I've seen in a while. This made me so happy. If I was there live, I would literally be giggling like a little schoolgirl. Check this out. Okay. I'm going to share my screen here. Listen to this. I'll play this whole thing and then we're going to talk about it. Oh, yeah. Woo! Slow down here. No, number 110. Number 110. We're going slow. That's the ref is harassment. Harassment. Let's go. We don't like it. We don't like it slow. We don't like it slow. Yeah, oh no. That's gotta be soft. That's gotta be soft. Just friendly advice.
Oh no!
He's rooting for him. He said, "Oh no!"
Oh no! Dr. Reset here.
Dr. Reset.
Hey! I remember 210. I remember 210.
Let's go.
Dr. Reset's here.
Eric Waddy is Dr. Reset.
Too big of a swing. Softer. Softer. Yeah, baby. 50% pretty good though. Here you go. Yeah, baby.
He's still going. Yo, he's still
Oh,
going.
yeah. Oh, we're digging that. I love digging. So much one out here.
Okay. So there you go. There's that. All right. So here's why I bring this up. Okay, so of course the guy or gal, I don't know who you are. Of course, the person that says they don't like MLP says this is a bit much. All right. This is weird. Dr. Reset. You don't like Dr. Reset? Look, all right, here's my thing about this. If you don't like this, that's fine. Like, whatever. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. You also got to be able to, like, separate. Like, I think sometimes people, when they see chirping, they're like, oh, I wouldn't like that. Like, they wouldn't like playing against that, or they wouldn't do it themselves. I would not chirp like that. That's just, like, not me. Like, I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I still love it. And there's sometimes where, like, I'm like, I don't know. It's like things can be cringy or annoying, whatever. If you have that opinion, like that's fine. That's fine. Here's the problem that I have, though. The problem I have is when people are trying to push to get this removed forcibly. It was weird and obnoxious. Yeah. That's fine. It's weird and obnoxious, but like, you're allowed to be weird and obnoxious. That's my take on it. Like, how could I disagree with that? It was obviously obnoxious. And it was a little weird. They're like, stop Dr. Reset. You know, and there's people just like, okay. Like, there's just like people like quietly watching. Like, why not do that when he's playing PBA? I hope he does. I wish he did. I think it's funny. It's honest. It's always a little bit better when the person's also giving it back. I think that's why people feel weird about it. It's like, this is kind of just one-sided. We don't know what else happened there. Who knows? Maybe nothing else happened. During rec, I don't care, but in tourneys and pre-games, no, really? I feel the opposite way. I'm like, if it's rec play, that's when it's like kind of weird. Unless you're just like being like silly with your friends. You know, but dude, if somebody did that in rec play, it'd be like, bro, what is your problem? I think when it's competitive like that, then I think that's when, to me, it makes the most sense. But yeah, again, you guys could all have your opinions on it. Like, I'm not, how can I change your mind on that? You see it, you like it, you don't like it, whatever. You don't have to support it. That's fine. But here is what I really feel passionately about is I saw a lot of people on here saying that he should be punished. And that means like either a fine, a suspension, or he should get some sort of like in-game punishment, like a warning, or like it's a fault, like you lose a point or something like that. That's crazy to me. Yo, that is a terrible idea. And this is what I want to talk about. And this is why I've been thinking so much lately. You know, like ever since like this whole thing happened with the UPA telling me I can't use footage, and we were talking like last live stream about content and, you know, what's good content, what's bad content. Like, what is the goal of all this, right? Like, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. Here's my goal. Like, here's my goal with all this stuff. I love pickleball. And I love playing pickleball. I think it's a great sport. I think all you guys probably feel the same way. It's my favorite sport. And I love watching pickleball. I think it helps me learn how to play. I find it very entertaining. And I really do think that a sport like pickleball can only grow so much if there's not a widely viewed pro game to it. Like, how big do you think baseball or basketball would be if there was no pro level? Like, if nobody watched that, it like, would kids, like most kids play baseball in America when they grow up, T-ball, they play baseball growing up, but would it be the same if there was no MLB? Maybe, most likely not, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, I think at this point, it's got enough momentum with like tradition that people would still probably do it. But if it was never there, it'd be tougher. It'd be tougher to imagine. So I love it, or I love pickleball. It brings me a lot of joy to play. And I feel like in order for it to continue to grow, like I want my kids, whether they like it or maybe my kids will not like pickleball, whatever. I don't know. That's fine. But maybe they will. I want them to have the same joy that I get. And even if it's my kids or not, maybe it's somebody else's kids in the future. I want those kids to enjoy it. Like I would love it for it to be where you can get a college scholarship for playing pickleball. That would be great. I would love to see more people have careers playing pro pickleball. That would be great. Because the more that takes off, the more that pickleball on a rec level is going to stay around. It's not going to just be this like fad thing. Like that's not what we want. Like I want to be like 60, 70 years old playing pickleball and it's still as big as it is now, if not way bigger. That's what I want. So like, how do we get there? I do think a big part of it is that the pro game gets elevated. And my thing is, number one, I think the thing that hurts pro pickleball from growing the most is us appealing to the tennis mindset. Who hates pickleball the most? Tennis players. It's tennis players. Tennis players will always see pickleball as like a game and not a sport. They'll always see pickleball as like tennis junior. We need to separate pickleball from tennis. To me, I think that's the only way that this grows another level. It has to be separated. So how do we do that? We have to completely get rid of this mindset that we have with it being tennis. Like everybody I see that's calling this for to be like, he should be suspended. He should be fined. He should be given harassment by the refs. Those people all are tennis players. Right now, most people that are in pickleball come from tennis. I get that. But that mindset, we need to get rid of that. And so as far as I see it, the way that pickleball grows is we have to go after the non-tennis players. That is a much bigger market than the tennis players. Why are we going after the people that will never see us as a legitimate sport? That's crazy to me. So the way I see it is if you are actively advocating and trying to like pressure the league into getting someone like Eric Roddy suspended or just like lose points in the game, make a rule. There should be a rule against this. That to me is crazy. And that is actively hurting the sport. So therefore, if my goal is to help grow this sport, you are an enemy. Like you are in direct opposition of the things that I want. And I would think that we all want if we really think about it. So maybe you guys play tennis, that's fine. But I'm telling you, if you want pickleball to grow, it has to be separated from tennis. Just because it looks the same, just because it has like a similar thing going on, that does not make it tennis. It's like, I said this before, it's like, what, soccer is basically basketball, right? There's a net on one end. You put the ball into the net, you get a point. But they're much different, right? Much different style. They're barely similar, right? Or even hockey for that matter. Same thing, right? Or what about rugby and American football? Those are completely different sports, but they kind of look the same, right? Baseball and cricket, they kind of look the same, but they're not the same at all. Yes, Parker, this is a huge reason why I love MLP. Because MLP is the only way that this grows. That is our biggest advantage right now. This MLP is what will separate us from the tennis mindset. We have to really lean in to the tribal mentality. I don't even watch football anymore. I used to be a big football fan. I don't watch it anymore. But how many people did you guys see that like Ravens? What was it? Ravens against the Steelers, I think it was. That kick at the end of the game, he missed it. Dude, did you see that crowd? Like you hear that crowd? Tens of thousands of people all invested in that. Why are they invested in that? Are they playing football? Do they all go out like we go out and play pickleball? No. Barely any. I bet maybe like 100 people in that whole stadium, if that, play football at once a month, if that. Like maybe they'll throw the ball around and have a catch. Maybe play like 2-on-2. They're not playing legit football, but they're still so invested, right? So think about the advantage pickleball has. We all play the same game that we're watching. Like we all play that same game. And so, but why is everybody so invested in that football game? Because that's their team. That's their team. We are humans. We are tribal. We have a team. We root for our tribe. That tribe has to be your city, your state, your region, whatever it is. We need tribes. That's what locks people in. And that's what I'm saying. It really bums me out when I want my 9 minutes over here is saying that he didn't enjoy MLP. It's like, dude, did you not see how invested everybody was in rooting for the teams there? I'm telling you, when I went to MLP and I was in that crowd in New York City, all around me was New Jersey fans because they all come in from New Jersey. That's their team. They don't even care how good they are. The fact that they're a really good team helps it even more. They're rooting for them. They feel like they're a part of it. It's not just, hey, let's go watch the talented person. Think about how much different basketball would be, or football for that matter. Think about football if it was just like players got to just pick their own teams and whatever they kind of liked, and they always every weekend was just like a different tournament. Like, all right, we could watch talented people. Some of us would still watch that. We'd be like, oh, I like football. It's good, like, to watch that. It's a fun sport. But would you have the same level of passion that you would when it's your team that's representing you? There's just no way. There's just no way. Pickleball Karen, that's a huge leap. I love watching pro pickleball, but don't enjoy watching people get berated. Don't think he should be fined or punished, but that doesn't mean I don't want pickleball to see. No. I'm not saying that you can't have that. That's exactly my point. You could think that that's not cool. Like, let me be very clear on that. And that goes for everything, like Kate Fahey screaming, all the chirping that we see, the cursing, the paddle smashes, this right here with Dr. Reset. You don't have to like it. I totally get why someone would be like, I'm not a fan of that. I get it. But my point is that you're doing more harm than good by trying to forcibly control that. Because what is that event? That's like a slippery slope of like, first it's this, then it's this, then it's this. Pretty soon we're looking back and now we've just created this like polite tennis culture where it's like, oh, sorry for hitting the net. Oh, my apologies. I'm raising my hand. Oh, I didn't mean to body bag you. Oh, oops. I cheered on a missed dink. Whoopsies. Like, that's crazy. We don't want to get there. Yo, speaking of which, the other day in open play, I hit a net cord winner on someone and they crashed out. They got so mad. He got slapped his paddle like against his leg, and he got mad because I didn't say sorry. He was like, he like did the hand raise like sarcastically. He's like, nice shot. I started laughing so hard. I'm like, uh-oh. He doesn't like that. It made me so happy. I'm like, yes, dude. Get the hell out of here, you tennis fan. We're done with you. It's a new sport, okay? This is a new time for this. You know what I'm saying? Pickleball obviously started with tennis people. Like, those are the ones that knew about it. They come in and they like have a head start because some of the mechanics are the same. I totally get that. But we're done with that. I actually saw Pickleballed, Ryan DeWision, had a very interesting post today on his Instagram story. He's basically trying to make the argument that tennis players aren't going to be good at pickleball anymore. Yeah, they can hit drives, but they can't do backhand flicks. These 12-year-old kids are flicking the ball like crazy. They're wizards. So these kids coming up now, these pure pickleball kids are going to take over the sport. And we need to drive this sport in a direction where they're making it uniquely pickleball, not this old paradigm of tennis. That's done with. At least that's, and so anyways, my whole point on this, the only point I'm trying to make is that is the goal of this show. I'm trying to showcase on the show with the tournament recaps, with these live streams. I'm trying to make pickleball fun. I'm trying to make it exciting. I'm trying to show all this stuff that is unique to pickleball I'm trying to show people why you should be watching this. And I'm trying to get people to quit supporting all that garbage. Like the sorry for the neck cord. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to body bag you. Like all that crap I'm done with. You know what I mean? We don't want that here. Okay. So again, if you don't like something or it rubs you the wrong way, you're allowed to have that opinion. Go for it. And actually, when you think about it, it's kind of good. Sometimes not liking a player is entertaining if you're being honest with yourself. Like if you have a player you really like against a player you don't like, that's a fun match to watch, right? Or when you see a player you don't like crash out, like this Eric Roddy, Dr. Reset. What happened? Like, how much are you going to, if you don't like him because of what he did, how much are you going to love it when then somebody chirps at him? Imagine someone like Jack Sock is playing against him and is chirping at him all game long. You're going to like that. You're like, yeah, get him. He deserves it. So anyways, my point is there is so much harm that will come to this sport if we try to make it more like tennis. So we need to avoid that instinct at all times. And if you see anybody that's advocating for like a point deduction or a warning for the ref or suspension or a fine, you might think that you're trying to make the sport better and more professional, but that is not going to work because what you're appealing to is your tennis mindset. And if you play tennis, I get it. That's where you're coming from. That's all you know. We don't need to make pickleball something we already know. It could be its own thing. That's why I love MLP. It has so much potential. So anyways, rant over. There's my TED Talk. Shout out to Dr. Reset for getting this conversation started. Shout out to all of you. If you voted for me, even if you didn't vote for me, thank you for watching here. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Do they actually engage with the city or state like these major league teams who engage with their community? Hopefully one day. There are some teams that do. There are some teams that don't. The Carolina Hogs, they don't do anything. They do nothing. St. Louis Shock, they do. The Squeeze, Orlando Squeeze, they're really good with that stuff. Even the Chicago Slice, they do some stuff too. So there's some teams that do a lot with their community, and I think that that's the best way to go about it. The thing I want from MLP is they have to get to the home away games. We have to make this look similar to like how football looks like, where it's like, every week it's like two teams playing against each other. They're in a different location. I don't think they should do it all at the same time like football does. It would be nice if we had them kind of scattered out throughout the week. So we just had something to watch every day. And then we're all watching it together. We're all talking about it. I think that's the best way to go. And that's like, dude, going to a home field and it's your team. If it's pickleball, come on. Like that is so much fun. I also think they could do a little bit better of a job making creating some entertainment within that event. Like, go to like dude, here's my other thing. People go to minor league baseball games. Do you care about minor league baseball? No. But if it's your local team, you'll go. It's fun. Maybe throw in a shirt for the team, root for them, see a couple of fun stuff. Everybody there is rooting for the same team. But what else do they have there? They got alcohol. We're drinking. It's like dollar beer night or whatever. Or they got like the playground for the kids. When I was growing up, we went to the Lakewood Blue Claws in New Jersey, and there was like a playground for the kids, and all the kids would just go on there. The parents would be drinking, hanging out in the crowd, and there was like security there and all that, and obviously there's some parents watching and stuff. The kids are having a good time over there. Let them go over there. I think at every single home game, they should do a VIP section. You got to have a VIP section. They should have like a bar section. Let all the like people who want to drink. Let the single people mingle a little bit. Could be like a fun night to go out, meet some new people if you're single. There should be a kids section, fun games for the kids, because the kids aren't going to want to like sit and watch pickleball. Let them go have fun. Like all the little booths with the games they could play, win prizes. Let them have like a little playground, bouncy house or something like that. Let them do that. And then there should just be like general seating. Like let people get like a good view of the match. Let them sit there. Anyways, I have a lot of thoughts on that. I'm tired of people saying it's a game, not a sport. Yeah, who says that? Who says that? It's tennis players. It's tennis players. And we're always trying to get them involved because they think that that's like the easiest people to go after. Like that's the low hanging fruit. It's the opposite. The more we appeal to them, the harder we make it to get everybody else. And I'm tired of it too, because it is a sport. You know what I'm saying? You go, Chris. Hell yeah. Thank you, Jana. I watched the junior team that Zane had on his channel, and they were made. Yes, the kids are getting really good. There's just something when you grow up and you're problem solving in terms of pickleball. Like you're developing your brain while going through that. They're going to be so good. They're going to be so good. With the ramp being said, what are your thoughts on Hayworth and others using powerful drives from baseline for singles? Then singles getting close. I don't care about singles. I'm going to be honest. I really don't care about singles. Sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes there's some interesting points, but it's like a different sport to me. If singles went away forever, it wouldn't bother me too much. I think it's fine to stay, I'll watch it. But like it really just doesn't interest me. And yeah, that is closer to tennis. But I don't know. It's the least interesting part of pickleball, in my opinion. Some people like it, but it's mostly tennis players that like it. Every now and then there's a fun matchup, but it's not the most exciting thing for me. Honestly, it comes in handy when it's like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and you're like, all right, well, it's better than nothing, And you do make it fun, Chris. You do. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Willie. Swilly. True. I love watching Loon. Okay, yeah. So you get where I'm coming from, right? It's like you might not like, how players are, but sometimes you're like, okay, that was kind of fun watching them get beat up a little bit. They get body bagged. You're like, ooh. Like imagine we see Dr. Reset get body bagged in that match. Everybody would be cheering him on. They'd be like, yeah, let's go, Memes deserves some kind of Dink Award. Oh, yeah. What a ripoff. Isn't that crazy? How was Memes of Pickleball not up for an award? Although I'll say probably their weakest year. Let's be real. Memes of Pickleball was kind of like, they've had some bangers. They've had some good ones this year, but I feel like they've had better years if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just kind of like my gut feeling. Why did you throw me a block? LOL, I can see your comments in the show and not the feed. I want my 9 minutes blocking everybody? I think somebody else said that too. There's only recently the start of pro softball, and many girls have played softball for a long time. Okay, interesting. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying there's not been a pro softball, but people still play it. Yeah, but like, is softball really the thing that like young girls play a lot? They play it. There's no doubt. Like people play stuff whether there's a pro level or not. But like if I don't know this for sure, I don't know. But like if you were to like poll like parents, like, hey, what sports are your kids playing? I feel like most little girls, I feel like they play t-ball. I don't know if that's the most. Maybe. I feel like a lot of them play soccer, right? Would that be fair to say that soccer is probably the most played sport for young girls? I don't know. It just seems like off the top of my head what it would be. When I think about like everybody I know, like it's like an easy one. Just run around, go kick the ball, And obviously there's a pro level to that. Same. I think he must be commenting from a different platform, Instagram. Oh, no, it's on here. I think maybe. Let's see. No, it's YouTube. You guys are all blocked. Jay Galvar, what's up? He's here. Finally, you're always late. Change your filter to, that's what it is. Change your filter to allow all messages. They're getting flagged as spam, but I see it now. Oh, I don't have anyone blocked. Given my technical difficulty, I may have said, you're spamming. Everybody marked him as spam because you hated on MLP. That's what you get. Hey, Shay, you're back. I was talking about you. You missed it. Lego Blue Claws fan. Let's go, Bob. Bob's going to be on Family Feud. Awesome atmosphere. They're called Jersey Shore Blue Claws now. Oh, no way. That's a much better name. Jersey Shore Blue Claws. Man, I haven't been to one of those games in forever. I used to have so much fun with my friends going to that. And that's what I'm saying. That's the vibe I want for MLP is like I want people to go like, man, when I was like a teenager, when I was in my 20s, we used to just go down and go watch some pro pickleball. We had a blast at those things, man. Just getting drunk and cheering for the team. Like that would be fun. Like you can get a lot of enjoyment about that. Like remember those frat dudes just screaming and yelling at that PPA event? That was a PPA event. Imagine they went to an MLP event. Dude, they would go back all the time. So you just can't convince me that PPA is more entertaining than MLP. PPA is good. It's fine in the offseason of MLP, but there's just no way it's better. I was sad that Georgia played with Anna Lee instead of winning with Tyra. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're her, you got to get any gold you have a chance at. And also, hey, you never know what will happen with Anna Lee and Anna Bright, like in the future. So, Georgia's kind of getting her shoe in the door. Chris doesn't care about singles, married women only. That's funny. I have a feeling they got cracked down on. I don't know what that's about. Memes also won for the past 2 years, so maybe it was on purpose. They're like, all right, we need to give it to somebody else. Memes barely, yeah, okay, I'm not wrong, right? Yeah, memes barely posted this year. I think they kind of fell off a little bit. I mean, still great memes, but like when they post, it's good. But it definitely, like 2023, 2024, they were killing it. They were killing it. I think softball is much bigger than little girls because Proton started making. Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt. But I think they were making the argument that like when you're a kid, what do you play? And you're more likely to play some. I was making the argument that you're more likely to play something where there's a pro level. There's a lot of people that play softball. There is. But again, how do we see softball? It's baseball junior kind of, it's like baseball, but like less intense kind of, like a bunch of guys in their 40s, like a beer league softball, right? Like they're not playing baseball really. Very few people play baseball. Cause it's kind of tough, it's a faster ball. It can get hurt pretty bad. It's more fun to play softball, at like on an amateur level. So yeah, but either way, like there's so many more people that watch pro baseball than plays baseball or even softball for that matter. So if all these people watch pickleball, dude, like people will watch pro pickleball. I'm telling you, they just got to do it the right way. And unfortunately, PPA isn't exactly going to like excite people. Soccer is insanely popular because it's basically the cheapest sport to play. Yeah, it's a good point. And that is kind of a problem. Pickleball is getting harder and harder to get in when you think about how much it costs. Some places like in the winter, you have to play indoors. That's expensive. That's expensive to play. Paddles are getting more and more expensive. Balls are more expensive. So I do think it would be good. I think the more competition with all that stuff, the better. Drive down the prices. Let's make it easier to access. But that doesn't happen unless there's a lot of people playing. So, did you know ALW played soccer? Yeah, I think Mish said something about that. Are you going to any MLP or PPA events this year? I'm going to Masters this year. MLP is in Newport, I think. Did I see that correctly? Yeah, I think MLP is in Newport. I will definitely be going to that. So I'm excited about that. MLP is back in Newport. I think that'll probably be it. Oh, I'll go to San Diego, the playoffs for MLP. I might try to make it out to finals this year. We'll see. My year's kind of crazy, but finals was so much fun. I would love to go back out there again. I'll have FOMO, serious FOMO if I don't. Going from MLP Cup to PPA Worlds was such a culture shock, it hurt. And that was a much less hyped MLP event compared to an extremely hyped PPA event. Yeah, it's a good point. They put everything they got into PPA Worlds and still did not match all the MLP stuff. Yeah, Newport. Okay. I have to say these lives are fun and love you engaging with everyone here, whether you agree with them or not. Oh, I appreciate that. But guys, what are we thinking? Are they trying to suck up to me or what? I feel like this is a suck up now. He's like, no. Just because I don't like MLP doesn't mean I'm not a good guy. No, I appreciate you saying that. That does mean a lot. I hope this is fun. That's what I'm trying to do is make more fun stuff on here. That's why I want Nike to come storming in, release the top of the line paddle and sell $50 just to mess with everybody. Yo, that would be crazy. Could you imagine a super cheap Nike paddle just to undercut all the competition? It's like a good paddle, but they lose out on profit just to like take everybody out. That would be crazy. I don't know if I want that though. Chris, go to MLP Disney. Yo, that is really cool. MLP is going to be at Disney World. That is really cool. They're going to the, what is it? ESPN zone or whatever, ESPN World or whatever it's called. Wild World of Sports. That is sick. That is going to be really, really cool. I hope they do that the right way. And ESPN has to be like showing that live, right? That's a huge opportunity. They cannot mess that up. They cannot. And that is Orlando Squeeze home county. Like that is like Orlando Squeeze territory right there. So if you're a Squeeze fan, if you are near the Orlando area or in Florida, or if you just like the Squeeze, go fly out for that. You will not regret that. I'm telling you, the squeeze is going to make sure that they do that right. So that is really cool that they're doing that. That was like really cool to see. All right, guys, let's call it there. Oh, dude, I am a girl. My bad. That's so funny. I always default to guy. I want my 9 minutes. All right, I'm sorry, miss. I'm gonna call you miss. That's how you mess with a teacher. When I was a kid, you call them miss. As long as the courts aren't bright orange. Yeah, well, hey, they learned their lesson on that. I want Blaine to take me to Disney World. Blaine was here at Los Cab the other day. I was thinking about you, hey Shay. Would love to see Anna Bright again on Family Feud. She wasn't on Family Feud, right? Am I tripping? No, she wasn't on Family Feud. She's never been on my show. She doesn't like me. I've reached out to her before. And, she commented on Family. She just watched it. She commented. She was like, I didn't really like the third question. I thought the first 2 questions were okay, but I didn't like the third one. I was like, dang, you're kind of right. The third question was lame. So yeah. All right, cool. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today. We got to end it. We've been going hard. Yo, thank you guys for sticking around so long. I love this, guys. I have a ton of fun with you guys all hanging out here. This was a blast. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Please help me out. Hit that like button if you're here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. Be on the lookout for tournament recap when it comes out with Masters. I'm hoping we get this figured out by then. Go check out Hooks of the Year. It's a fun episode. Go check that out. More of the 2025 best of episodes should be out soon. That'll be a fun time. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Also, check out the Etsy store. I'm adding the new logo to the Etsy store. The old logo is still up on the Etsy store. So you want that OG logo before it's done forever, never to be sold again, go get it now. That's the last time you'll ever be able to get it. That's history right there. But everybody, whoever supports the show, you guys have been great. Also, big thank you to Mark for becoming a new member today. All the other members, all the other Patreon subscribers, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you tuning in. And I hope I see you guys back next week. We'll see. All right, take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night.